Hey everybody, it's Lily and Alessio here with a little pre-roll before we dive into our part one of covering the Virtuous mission of Delta. We had that's the one. That's how you know Alessio's here. He hasn't said anything yet, but you know he's here. We had the wonderful Kaye Ross from duckfeed.tv join us, which is kind of crazy because we are approaching the 10-year anniversary of this podcast, which is wild. But we had Kay on the podcast back in our original MGS3 coverage to cover this same section of the game. So it's like a little bit of like a time capsule rewind type thing. Very cool. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun talking to Kay, but before we wanted to just get the rigmarole out of the way up at the top so that we could just get right into the conversation with Kay at the beginning of the episode. So first things first, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays if you'd like to join us there for cool stuff. We have a couple of tiers. $1 will get you access to our Discord where you can chat with other listeners who are also in the Discord. Very fun time, very chaotic time in a lot of ways too. $5 gets you access to the Patriot Club, which is our monthly podcast that we do with Chad and Nick, our mods at the Discord, big friends of the show. It's a lot of fun. We've got some shenaniganry coming up pretty soon, so you better stay tuned to that. $10 a month will get you access to all of those things, as well as video episodes. So you'll get video of this podcast, you'll get videos of the Patriot Club, and all kinds of good stuff. And you'll also be eligible to sponsor an episode. Alessio, you've been very quiet, technically.
Hello.
Who's our sponsor for this week?
Yeah, our sponsor for this week is Mita-Rael. Hello.
Mita-Rael. Hello.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the show and engaging on the Patreon content.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a blast. As Lily said, 10-year anniversary is coming up. If anybody wants to know the date for that, that is September the 21st, 2015. The metadata, it dawned on me why this has occurred. The metadata changed way back when because we actually used to host the show on SoundCloud. And then once we migrated the show off of SoundCloud, I believe that sort of reset the metadata on the feed. So I believe it says like November 2016 or something, but that is inaccurate. So yeah, that's crazy.
We started this podcast 21 days after Metal Gear Solid 5 came out and did not talk about Metal Gear Solid 5 for a number of years, which was a running joke on the podcast for a pretty long time. So
yeah. But anyway, we're going to do something fun for the anniversary. There should be like a bonus episode or something fun. We are still figuring that out. But yeah, just want to say shout out to all you guys. The reason why we bring up the anniversary thing is because we wouldn't be doing it if if the void didn't echo back to us. If no one said, hey, I received your podcast, I would assume that nobody gave a shit and we would have stopped this a long time ago. So thanks for letting us know that you're listening. I think that's pretty much it. Should we just go into it?
Pretty much it. Yeah, I do want to talk about one quick thing really quick. At the end of the episode, we bring up our social media links and stuff like that. I wanted to talk about it at the top of the episode. It's a time paradox because I will have already talked about this on the first impressions episode, but we're recording this first. It doesn't matter. I don't like doing this, but I set up a GoFundMe to help me and my wife with some expenses that we're going to incur as a result of trying to move out of Ohio to get to a safer place for me as a trans person, for both of us as queer people, and trying to kind of like migrate around and try and figure out something better for us. But it does not come without cost. And we kind of had this realization that our savings efforts are going to not quite get us there without a lot of suffering and misery on the way there. And I'd like to avoid that. So if you even if you don't have anything to donate, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you have to give me money, because that's kind of weird, especially with us asking for Patreon money and stuff like that, all this other things like that. But even if you can't donate, I would love if you have channels that you could share it on. If you could share it with people that you think it might reach and who would be interested in helping, that would be great as well. I would really appreciate that quite a bit. But that is on my link tree. So it is linktr.ee/Liliana Dawn. That's LILLIANADAWN. And anything you can do to help monetarily or otherwise is super appreciated. Yeah.
Sick.
Cool.
Well, enjoy the episode with one of our favorite, I guess, recurring at this point guests.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wee.
You're listening to Metal Gear Mondays, the greatest Metal Gear podcast ever.
I don't agree with you.
Releasing on Monday, every Monday.
How did you patch into my radio frequency? Stinks in here. Bad.
Ladies, gearsmen, babies, and gentledoms, you're listening to Metal Gear Mondays, the one-stop shop for all things Kojima and Metal Gear and Death Stranding, from top to bottom, left to right, inside and out, in pseudo-chronological order. As always, I'm your host, Alessio Summerfield, and this week, I'm joined by two trans women from Ohio.
You're outnumbered.
Well, I never in all my life.
Love it. So you may, if you're a fan of the Duck Feed network of podcasts, you may recognize one of those two voices you just heard. It's Kaye Ross. Kaye, hello.
Hey, thank you for having me back. We were talking in the green room. It's been about 10 years since I guested on
That's insane.
an episode about this very same content.
Yeah. So we're remastering. This is the remaster of that episode. So
Better microphones, more experience.
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Also produced by Konami Entertainment Japan. No, I'm kidding. Nice. Also joined by Liliana Wright, as always.
And I swear, if you're a listener of this show, I sure hope you recognize this voice, because I don't know, you might have some processing issues if you don't at this point.
Unfortunately, James Reichmuth, who is our Isaac Lim stand-in for 2025, could not make it, but he will be joining us for the rest of the Delta season. It is his first time ever playing through MGS3. Period. So we're going to get a nice, interesting, fresh perspective. So before we get into it too terribly much, speaking about the past, I wanted to talk a little bit about all of our sort of histories with MGS3. There's a really good chance that somebody might be listening to this season of Metal Gear Mondays whose first Metal Gear game is now Delta. So I did want to kind of, let's roll the clock back to 2004 or whenever you played it. But just before that, I do want to effusively plug Kaye's work. So since we're rolling the clock back a decade, I just have to say, Metal Gear Mondays, for anyone who's keeping up, is literally celebrating its 10-year anniversary on September the 21st. This show would not exist if not for Kaye and Kaye's recording partner, Gary. I found you guys when I moved to St. Louis from Alabama. I was doing a ton of driving. I was jobless, going to every film, anything I could to try to find work in a new city. And you guys got me through like an hour and a half long commute each way. I can't even remember how I found you, but I think I found you guys at it was like episode 6 or something insane.
Wow. Nice.
And now I told my wife who I was going to be recording with tonight, and she was like, I still cannot fucking believe you listened to those guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's been forever. Like, so anyway, this show, we completely stole the entire fucking outline and format and everything from Bonfireside Chat, which is this, but for Dark Souls. And so, yeah, I have to say thank you for existing and inspiring and guesting.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very flattering.
Yeah. So if you guys dig Metal Gear Mondays and you want to leave us to never come back, go to duckfeed.tv, check out Watch Out for Fireballs. It's this, but for any video game, essentially retro games usually, but sometimes modern. You can check out Bonfireside Chat. It's this for From Software. And then my third favorite show, Abject Suffering, is essentially what went wrong kind of for quote unquote bad video games, but now is everything. So it's just WAF Junior is what it feels like.
We just call it bad and weird games, and everybody complains because even though we underline this really isn't about the games, they say you're not talking about the games enough.
It's really good. So anyway, there's like a million great shows. I unfortunately, Kay, I think the week after you guys recorded this message, I kind of broke the news to everybody about oh my God, Gary's Days of Future Cast. Jeremy. Yeah. I think because Jeremy Parrish, I was like, that's not right. But yeah, mention Jeremy because Jeremy actually very early on would DM me on Twitter and give a lot of support and like essentially keep going, champ kind of messages. So anyway, that hit really close to home, but you guys should also go and listen to some of the work that Gary and Jeremy did together. It was really good.
Yes. Yeah. That sounds like Jeremy.
Yes. Yeah. Super good guy. It was nuts. So anyway, now
I sometimes called Alessio my Gary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what if Gary liked Metal Gear? It's like that's kind of where we're at.
We're never going to do another Kojima game again, so this is my outlet for it.
Well, so I was going to ask. So it was funny when you responded to my email. I was like, man, she really wants to talk about Metal Gear, and Gary won't let her. So question, I guess, before we dive too far into it. So we just wrapped up like a 12-week coverage of Death Stranding 2 from top to bottom, like very in depth. Have you played Death Stranding 2 at all, Kay?
No, it's sitting on my shelf, and that's mostly just been because of time. You know, when you have to play a game, when you have to play games for assignment, a bunch of stuff sometimes falls by the wayside. I'm really curious about it because I liked the first one quite a bit.
Yeah, if you like the first one, it's phenomenal. It's very good. Yeah. I don't want to overhype it, but it's very good.
I did not like the first one that much, and I loved the second one. So just
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I figured I'd ask just because I assumed we may not get Death Stranding thoughts on Duck Feed.
maybe not. Yeah.
Maybe the level. I don't know if that. Is that show still going?
Yeah. Okay. That's still going. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. All right. Anyway, so here we go. Picture this. It's November 17th of 2004. Alessio is begging his parents to buy him a copy of Metal Gear Solid 3 for Christmas. And eventually I do get it for Christmas. So that is when I played this on the PS2. What was you guys' initial introduction to MGS3?
Picture this. Sicily, 1922. No.
My grandmother is born.
Yes.
Very easily could be a thing.
I think I had a pretty similar experience to you because I got it for Christmas that year that it came out. It was like my one like budgeted, you can have one video game, and I was like, I want Metal Gear Solid 3 because obviously like I've told my story, like Metal Gear Solid 1 was like my earliest video game memory for the most part, and then I was obsessed with the series after that. So you give me number 3, gotta get number 3.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Kay, how about you?
So like it came out right before my birthday. I'm not gonna, dox myself for you here. You can go on my Twitter. I think I've probably revealed that information, but it was like just a couple days. I remember being like super impatient because I was getting it for my birthday, and so I just, basically it felt like I could vibrate through a wall or something. Right? It was like my junior year of high school, and I was such a huge fan of 1 and 2. With 2, I got Zone of the Ender so I could play the demo. Was real into it, and just couldn't wait to get a hold of Metal Gear Solid 3 because I had kept myself from reading too much about it other than knowing it was in the 60s and went in super excited to play it.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me, I was like, what about the cliffhanger at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2? Why are we going to the 60s? Where are the Patriots? And the whole time I was like, maybe we'll learn about the Patriots. But at the same time, I
Little
think,
did you know.
yeah. But in my head, I was like, surely the Patriots are from like the 1860s. Like, what the hell is this going to be about? But anyway, I had a good time. Akin to you, I was electric with energy trying to wait for this game, and I remember I found it in my parents' closet ahead of Christmas. And I would pick it up, look at it, read the back, put it back, and then like pretend like I never touched it, and just keep looking at the back of it like every fucking day.
You just had to confirm that it was still there.
Yeah, I was like, this is real.
This was the year that I learned how to get really good at opening presents in a way that I could peek in and then tape them back so that people didn't know that I'd opened them. And it was specifically because of this video game.
Awesome.
I did that with my copy of Half-Life 2, maybe this same year, actually.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember my computer couldn't run Half-Life 2 when I bought it, and I was fucking livid. No. It took like a year after I bought it for me to be able to play the damn thing.
Jeez.
But anyway, awesome. Well, cool. What have you guys' relationships been with MGS3 from the release until today? Do you revisit it? Have you played any of the other editions? What is that like for you guys?
It's weird because I consider it to be, and I know you have this debate with yourself too, Alessio. I think like flipping between like whether 2 or 3 is your favorite, for so on and so forth. I feel like it's the one that I've revisited the least, but I consider it to be one of my favorites. And I don't know why that is, but
you think maybe you're like trying to savor it, like keep it from
and
going stale?
And I think maybe that is because that might be like a subconscious, like maybe it is my favorite thing. Like I'm trying to tell myself, I was like, it's your favorite, dummy, and this is why. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really enjoy it, but I feel like it's the one I've revisited the least. I replayed it when the Master Collection Volume 1 came out.
Got it.
Had a really good time with it. But yeah, I think before that it had been a couple of years. I think I played it when I played it for the show. I think I played it for the show initially. And then I think I played it maybe like one more time in between that and Master Collection, but that was really it.
Yeah.
So this will be like my 4th time since we covered it for the show.
It's crazy.
So.
Your 4th time in a third of your life.
I know. It's crazy.
I hate thinking of it like that. Sorry about that. That was yucky.
That's your fault. You did that to us, and I hate you for it.
Yeah, psychic terrorism. Kaye, what about you? Have you played it since 10 years ago?
I've not played it since the last time I was on. I think I may have fired it up.
Either, actually.
Yeah, I think I may have fired it up like on the Vita when that collection came out. I can't remember if 3 was on that one actually.
Yeah, it was 2 and 3.
It was 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I fired it up just a little bit to see how it played. I never played the subsistence version.
Wow.
So like the true third person camera or whatever has always actually felt kind of bad to me.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It feels a little bit better here. It feels a little bit more weighty. But all of my plays since the first one have just been on my old PlayStation 2 one, PlayStation 2 copy. I think that this is probably it's not my favorite like playing, because Metal Gear Solid 5 I think is pretty unassailable when it comes to just
pretty fucking good. Yeah,
how it feels as a stealth action game or whatever. I think this is the best told story. Not as ambitious as 2 and weird and prescient, but I think this being a really solid spy thriller told pretty conventionally does work in its favor. The only reason I haven't played more of it is just because it's really long. It's longer than I want one of these to be, but
for sure. Yeah, because I think
it is the most coherent for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think MGS2 you can probably get through in like 7 or 8 hours. I think this game is like 12-ish on like a normal playthrough. It's funny that you mentioned the sort of straightforwardness. The very first note I ever took when I booted up Delta was, oh yeah, Kojima can just be fucking cool when he wants to be. Like no headiness, just that's a cool thing you did. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. I think this makes like a good juxtaposition with MGS2 because I think MGS2 tries to do a very complicated thing and tries to do it like simply. It's like, oh, we're simply
Mm.
going to recreate MGS2, but it's hyper fucking complicated. I think this game is simple but does it with some like interesting complications, so it's almost like the sort of inverse, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know, it's very different. I remember coming to this originally and I actually did not really like this game the first time I played it. It was really overwhelming. I felt really stressed in a way that the other games never really made me feel.
Yeah.
Like this game
The
feels really
camo
tense.
messed with me the first time I played it. Like trying to
Yeah.
make sure like you're hiding, but like before it was just like just don't be in the cone of vision. But here it's just like you have to make sure that like you're not in their sight line, but also you're wearing the right camo and you're like max. And
Yeah.
it's just like that. It just felt like so much for a Metal Gear at that point that it was just
No
like, oh
soliton
god.
radar.
Yeah, that
Jesus
was the thing that
fucking
took the
Christ.
longest to me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't play this like Pac-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also the guards, and particularly in Delta because the visual fidelity is so much higher, they blend into the background so well that I was just getting spotted like crazy in 2004. Like it was insane. I was like, oh
Mhm.
my god, this
Yeah.
game is impossible.
Yeah. I got jump scared like 3 times playing the Virtuous mission for Delta because I was just like, okay, I'm good. And then like suddenly there was a guy like over here and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about sort of the differences, but I do want to touch on one thing right now while we're talking about it. Kay, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in the original game, so I'm playing both of them simultaneously for the show.
Oh, cool.
In the original game, the Mark 22, the pistol that you're using, it is like fucking hit scan essentially. It's like you point it, you click it, it's gone. There's drop off in Delta.
Yep.
I
and
love it.
It took me by surprise and fucked me up.
Messed with me for sure. It's cool, but it messed with me. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's communicated with the like the aiming reticle. Looks like a grenade launcher kind of thing. I was like, are they really making me? And when I just fired a test shot and saw it fall off, I'm like, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember the original game, especially because of the camera angle, feeling so much more tense than how Delta was feeling. But because of that slight change, I think Delta was more tense feeling than the OG, because I literally from beginning of play to end of Virtuous mission, I think I finished the PS2 original in like 35 minutes or something insane. Whereas in Delta, it was like a 2.5 hour, like 3 hour thing.
Like 2 hours,
but,
I think.
Yeah. Nice.
The way that I figured it out was that I was like in the beginning area and I was just like, okay. And I was like, why am I missing this fucking snake? It's right there. And then I was like, wait a second. And then I kind of like had the realization moment. I was like, oh fuck. Oh god.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, so we'll get into kind of what's new and what the game is, sort of this remake is trying to accomplish. But first and foremost, again, this could be somebody's first Metal Gear, so I just want to get into like, especially if you're listening and you're considering buying or whatever, I just want to get into like what this game is, what it's about, and yada yada yada. So as we mentioned, the original Metal Gear Solid 3 released on the PS2 in 2004. It would later come out on fucking everything, the Vita, the PS3,
the 3DS,
3DS, the PS4.
I forgot about that. I forgot about the 3DS version.
I want to add a little note. I did try and play it one other time in between the last time and this time. I have it. I have a 3DS with like some allegedly modified stuff in it, and I tried playing it on that 3DS for the first time, and it is interesting. I was like, I'm gonna put this away for the time being and do something else. I'm gonna wait for Delta to come out.
Is that one of those Circle Pad Pro games?
Yes.
Sure okay. Yeah.
So. It adds the crouch walk that's in this game.
Yeah. Okay. That's where it originated.
So I just remember. Yeah, I remember it plays like Peace Walker. So if you've played Peace Walker, that's what that version of 3 plays like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's on the 3DS as mentioned. I think you can get it on Xbox Series X and S. You can get it on Windows PC. Yeah, you can pretty much do whatever. If you have a computer that runs, you can throw PCSX2 on there and emulate it. For my comparison, I'm actually emulating it in UHD with some minor filtering, but for the most part, vanilla. Also on the Switch, blah blah blah. Yeah. So anyway, the whole point of this Delta project, which apparently was sort of in the mix for a little while, was to kind of like what we're talking about, sort of bring Metal Gear to a new generation. Konami, rightfully so, was a little trepidatious and nervous about it. So
Yeah.
this was kind of in development behind closed doors for quite a while, based on what I was reading. They did so. This is an internal Konami project, but they did have like a support studio, Virtuous. They're a Singaporean studio. The game was
Virtual.
officially virtual. The game was originally announced in May of 2023, with like a really cool, slick like teaser with some animals that I thought it was pretty effective. It's so this is one thing I noticed, and it's going to be purely subjective. So Delta is in the Unreal Engine 5. The original Metal Gear Solid 3, I can't recall if it's like a hodgepodge of like sourced like CyberConnect 2 or like whatever, just like slapped together PS2 stuff. I don't think they had like a proprietary engine at this point in time, because Fox Engine would come later.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
It feels really built on Metal Gear Solid 2's just architecture or whatever,
Mhm.
like right down to something that I'm kind of surprised at how loyally this was kind of converted. Like each of the little jungle areas,
Mhm.
it feels like it's just a different skin of like a roughly Metal Gear Solid size room,
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
I think that they have to have been built on the same technology.
It
Gotcha,
was
yeah.
so apparently looking at this, apparently like it was there's a engine. It was the MG. It was literally an engine made for MGS2, so it was a precursor to the Fox engine, and 3 was built on a modified version of the MGS2 engine.
Got it. So I will say, and I guess we'll talk about it when we talk about updated character looks and stuff. And maybe it's nostalgia speaking, but the original art direction and the original engine limitations for MGS2 and MGS3 just lend themselves to, like, I think, a look that has not really been replicated anywhere else. Like Metal Gear Solid 3 looks distinctly like Metal Gear Solid 3. And so I think this looks more like an Unreal Engine 5 game, like, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Playing it in 4K, and just kind of like I don't know, trying to look at it with fresh eyes or whatever, just in motion and in the hands, it felt a little bit like I was playing a kind of generic survival game a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
it's interesting. I think it looks most Metal Gear when there's like goofy, quirky shit happening on screen.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yes, I think it's interesting.
And it's stacked up against a lot, so I didn't get to see like what the legacy filter options are on it.
Yeah.
Like I for some reason I couldn't get that function to work.
Oh, got it.
When I played it, there were like ways to tune it, but like PS2 games have a distinct look to them where everything is like solid fog almost, and modern hardware just kind of can't do that naturally. Emulation can kind of get it, but like that combined with just the very opinionated, just kind of like color grade and quality of light on everything. People call it the piss filter because it's
piss filter.
it's it's yellow and stuff. But like I think that is taking the way that a few different scenes look and just saying like, oh, the entire game looks like that.
Right.
Like
it's kind of like saying like every time you film a movie or a show in Mexico, you have to have that sepia tint on it, and that's how you know it's in Mexico. It's like that same
the Breaking Bad problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. So to speak to that legacy filter, so I immediately turned on the legacy like look filter just to kind of get and it does an interesting thing where you can like when you flip between, I think it's like 5 or 6 different filters, and you can actually change them while you're in game. It will show you what it's going to look like before you leave the pause menu. I'm going to go ahead and say this: the default mode looks way blue to me. I don't know if it's my TV's not color calibrated the way it should be or whatever. But the legacy looks the way it should look. Like, it's the way my mind imagines a remake. The default, just like, it's really blue. Like,
It's
I
very
think the
blue.
shadows have like a touch of blue too much.
It's weird. It's like a film that is only lit in like the hottest, like bright white, like sunlight, and as it is, just like, okay, I want nothing. I want nothing warm. I want no cool lights. I want it to just be the sun. We are aiming for as realistic as possible here, and losing some of that tinge that you would get from something that, kind of is made to feel artificial, right?
Yeah.
And it's especially prevalent. I don't know how because I know I'm doing the same thing you're doing, Alessio, where I'm like just playing the sections for the show.
Yeah.
Before I move on to the next part. I don't know how far past the like opening credits you got to like the beginning of the Snake Eater mission.
Actually, just when it prompts you to save, I saved and
then cut it. So I just like I watched that opening scene and then I cut it off there. It's at night and it's so blue. Like, it is.
Oh, interesting.
That same problem is just like tenfold blue.
So it is in the shadow. It seems like the shadows and the blacks are just super blue tinted.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And his house and the blue little windows.
Yeah.
And the blue Corvette.
Everything is blue for Snake. Yeah, so yeah, and then on top of that too, so there's a legacy control mode I have not played with, but I've heard it's like identical to the original. So we'll talk about the sort of difference in control scheme before we get into it proper. But we are, just for everybody listening, we are going to be covering the Virtuous mission, top to bottom. We probably aren't going to scrutinize every single line, but we are going to cover it.
We'll scrutinize a couple for sure.
Yeah, there actually are some added, adjusted dialogue lines.
Very
Kaye
minor,
one in particular. But,
Did they bring people back in to do that, or are they using AI?
Yeah, I didn't even notice the new line. I was told, like, Lily and James, our other host, had to inform me that there was an added line. So I think if they did get somebody to come back, somehow they treated the voice to where it just was a perfect match. But
okay.
It'd be a shame if they used AI, but I mean,
I really hope that. I feel like there would be a headline. If
you would hope so, right?
Yeah. It would have to declare it on the Steam page at the very least.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of AI, this is a perfect dovetail into one of my notes. I cannot, with my professional eyes on, see any artifacting that is from AI in terms of the archival material that's being used. So I just want to give like a huge shout out to whoever the hell was in charge of that. I think it's weird that they didn't keep them 4x3, to be honest. I don't know why they had to fill the whole screen. But I thought it was interesting that they used like a little touch of Gaussian blur. They used a little touch of like film grain. They like did everything they could to make sure it didn't look like shit, but also present the original like archival. And as somebody who works on a lot of archival heavy shows, I guarantee you that film reels of JFK are not going to be blown up to fucking UHD without looking awful. So good kudos to whoever that was at Konami.
It feels period appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little, I was surprised at how like faceless people kind of looked in it, or like they intentionally, like that blur layer can come off a little strong here and there. But I was really surprised that it looked as clean as it did on a UHD monitor.
They got to make it full screen because it's high definition. It's next gen.
Where's the rest of the image? 4:3. What's square? I need to go out to the. I don't know.
It's the future.
The number of
the
kids
future old man, get with it.
The number of kids online that are like, I'm so stoked I'm playing Pokemon on my Vita, and it's like this fucked up, stretched, awful aspect ratio. I'm like, oh my God, like, how are you doing that?
They're not gonna make it.
Yeah. The kids are not all right.
I was literally gonna say that exact same thing.
Yeah. So super quick. The goal is you're playing this operative named Naked Snake. He's named Jack, John. He's got a million fucking names. But you are playing sort of his first for real mission, sort of. This is the origin story for who I would argue is the main character of Metal Gear Solid. Period. Big Boss. I counted all the games. Big Boss is in every fucking game but 2. If you don't include spin-offs. He is in more games than Snake by like 2 times multiplier, essentially. So this is the true protagonist of Metal Gear.
It all
and
starts with him.
Yeah, and this is chronologically the very first game in the series that kicks off all of the events. Takes place in 1964.
Can I just say, I think it's insane that in real life, this isn't just like a weird Metal Gear thing. This is a real life, like, etymology thing. That Jack is short for John.
Mhm.
That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's the exact same number of letters. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
I'm John, but you can call me Aloysius for short.
Yes. Yeah, it's really, I feel like it's just like, I don't know. It feels like Jimmy Stewart called some guy John. Hey, Jack. And everybody was like, all right, fuck it. That's the nickname.
Rolling with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you tell Jimmy Stewart that he's wrong? Oh, wait.
Well, he's gone now. So
No. It's too late. It's nomenclature now.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially the goal of this is the same as any other Metal Gear. You're sneaking, you're avoiding being seen, per Gary of Duckfeed TV fame's sort of patented "is it fun to get caught" barometer. I would say this game is probably like in the upper kind of 3/4 of that barometer. It's pretty fun to get caught, depending. And this also has a little bit of survival elements to it. So there's a stamina gauge. You're catching animals. You're eating live animals, sometimes dead animals. You're eating mushrooms. You're eating literally anything you can find.
This was before that was a system that was added into every fucking game for context.
Yeah, for sure. This was like if you were a console
precursor.
Yeah, if you were a console gamer, this was probably like your first kind of exposure to that kind of thing. Yeah, obviously.
And let me tell you what, Snake has a lot to say about those things you eat too.
Very good. Every weeaboo at my high school had a goddamn calorie mate after this game came out.
I've always wanted to try one of those, but I don't know how you can get a hold of it.
They taste like shortbread cookies. Like if you've ever had like a Scott's, is it Scott's? The Scottish, like with the sort of plaid box or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a shortbread cookie with a shit ton of vitamins added is essentially what it is.
It's probably give you a terrible stomach ache.
Yeah. You're only supposed to eat like
dense.
Yeah. You're only supposed to eat like half a package is like a whole fucking meal calorie supplement.
Okay.
So it's pretty dense. Anywho. But yeah, so this is Snake's first foray. I noticed this time for the very first time that there are some moments where you can tell that Snake's green. Like for the longest time, I think because I'm remembering like the big Ocelot CQC moment, all this other stuff, it's like, oh, Big Boss has always been a badass. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, the fact that he got that fucking ambushed in the first place is like the greenest thing in the whole wide world. But yeah, this game very much so plays in tropes of like John Carpenter, like that kind of like, oh, the badass kind of pastiche. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Mr. Badass Snake's introduction. And I think, why don't we touch on new things as they come up while we're playing so that we can finally get into it. Nice. Lily, do you want to segue us into the Halo jump?
Yes. So the game opens up. You're on an aircraft carrier. There's people in the aircraft carrier. You're kind of like running around doing things, setting up this mission. And then there's a guy in the hold of the aircraft carrier smoking a cigar.
Just as they're turning on oxygen.
Yeah.
And then Alessio as a fucking support staff being like, can you fucking put that out, dude? Like,
yeah. Yeah, that's where I would plug you into the story for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, put that cigar out. We're about to go. And then
And then talking under my breath, what the fuck is this guy? Some panty waste?
yeah, panty waste is such a funny word for, because I've the only place I've ever heard the word panty waste used to describe like a newbie or like some person who like barely got their feet wet is this video game.
Yeah, this
That
in
was the
like
first time I
80s,
heard it. I have not
80s
heard it
movies.
since.
It feels like a Porky's line or some
Yeah, a
fucking
little bit,
Revenge of
yeah.
the Nerds or something.
Yeah.
I did want to mention too, really quickly, and I don't know what you guys' feelings on this are. I'm definitely not going to go full fucking Gamergator bullshit with this, but I love that they retain everything from a preservation standpoint and hit you with a disclaimer that's like, hey, this game's old. Some stupid
Yeah.
shit might be in it. Sorry. Like,
I can't remember there being a lot of very egregious stuff in the script. I think that maybe that is just a good blanket statement to say. I think that it lends credibility to the project, you know.
yeah.
And I don't know that I think that's the right way to handle it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
rather than going back and changing stuff, especially since they're using all of the lines as they exist, all of the you know audio that they recorded for the original one.
Yeah.
Changing it would have been. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have cared
Very
for that.
weird.
Yeah. I think Silent Hill 2 remake had the same disclaimer, so it might be like a Konami standard operating procedure kind of moving forward with these projects, which cool. I like it.
Fine by me. But yeah, so he gets another demand. He's just like, hey, put the cigar out and put on your oxygen mask. We need to go. And he's still like meandering there for a little bit. And then there's an older gentleman on the bridge who you can only assume is the commander of the operation at this point, who's like, are you deaf? Put your mask on. And so he finally is like, whatever. He throws the cigar, and the guy down there is just like, what the fuck? And he puts his mask on, and then they get ready to go for this halo jump. So he's about to, what was it? Was this the halo jump was Snake Eater, right? This was like just like a
No, this
parachute
is the halo jump.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Halo. They say this is the first one ever done.
Gotcha.
High altitude, low opening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I couldn't. My brain was like,
I literally, I don't know why it took this long for me to understand the acronym for Halo Jump, but thank you so much, Kaye. I just learned something new.
I can almost guarantee that Kaye was the one who did that the first time we did this.
Sure.
I can't remember shit that I said like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
If you guys want to replicate my MGS3 experience this week, just play the original episode of this right now, and then play this version right after.
Same time.
Yeah, and if you layer them over it, you can put it on top of Wizard of Oz, and it's perfect match. So this Halo jump is about to happen. He's got his mask on. He's got his parachute on. And
the mask says Metal Gear Solid on it on the forehead.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys noticed.
Does it? Wait, does it really?
Yeah, it says Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater on the forehead of the mask in like small yellow font. It was like kind of
original too.
It was, yeah, it's in there, but it's a little pixelated. Here it's like pretty clean,
crisp. Yeah.
I'm playing on fidelity mode, by the way, and the reason why I did that is me being a fucking nerd. I wanted the game to be 30 FPS the same way that the original game is.
Okay.
And it's like one of those PS5 games. I don't have a Pro, but it's like one of those PS5 games that actually looks better in like the higher graphic mode. Usually I feel like it's so negligible, but I did notice like a difference in this. So anyway, sorry.
No, all good. He does admittedly, like after this, like, who is this fucking guy? He does like this really cool thing. The cigar kind of like rolls towards him, and he just like stomps it out, and it's just like, oh, okay.
I feel like that's not how wind works. I feel like when they open that door, everything should have just like shot around the. But again, this is rule of cool, 100%. Like this whole game is just rule of cool.
Yeah. And then it's go time. This man, they count him down. The light turns green, and he just like falls, and he's just parachuting down into the jungle somewhere. And you learn later it's Russia. And he goes through some trees, and he loses his backpack, and he almost flies off a cliff. landing.
Yep.
And
And I walked off that cliff while admiring the scenery in the new Unreal Engine 5 and felt like a dumbass.
Yay.
wonderful.
It denies you that payoff because as he's falling, you get the mission briefing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
all of the Cold War history and stuff.
Yeah. Classic. We've come here from Death Stranding 2, where Kojima finally fucking learned show don't tell, and it might be the most streamlined, beautiful Hideo Kojima storytelling I've ever seen in my life.
Now you're back to the
yeah,
old
now we're
shit.
back to like, all right, cut to the black and white documentary.
Yeah.
Fucking Attenborough explaining the Cold War for 15 minutes.
Also, my favorite line, and it's the line that we here at Metal Gear Mondays make fun of the most. After World War II, the world was split in two. East and West.
It's them holding on to the original voice performances and the original script as it was.
Yeah.
Like David Hayter, like I think he said, like, yeah, I'm happy that they, kept me, but like, that was 20 years ago. He wanted to update it. It feels really dated, especially when you're seeing it with the full new visuals.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know if y'all noticed this at any point, but I think I noticed, especially with Zero, there are some points where it's just like there's conversation going on and like the inflection at the end of sentences is completely off. Like it was just like that was how they recorded it back then, and it's like they could have used another take because it was just like he ended a sentence he ended like sentences with questions that almost like and they didn't fix that at all. So
like
it legitimately is
went
like
question mode kind of.
Yeah. Or it just like ended too bluntly to be the end of the sentence that he was saying. And it's just like I noticed it. I'm sure it happens with everybody else, but I specifically noticed it with Zero, where it was just like they really
I think you mean Major Tom.
He made a mistake, and we'll talk about that later.
I'm not
next episode.
I don't know if we want to spoil something for fucking whatever 75 years from now in the MGS timeline. I'll bleep it for the show edit, I guess. But it's crazy to me that this is like the of the entire fucking franchise. Like, just being a guy. Like, it's very weird.
Just dudes rock,
Yeah. With a sick scar that, like, I don't know if it ever got explained in the lore. I wouldn't be surprised if the boss gave it to him or something, but anyway. Yeah, so we're here. The briefing, by the way, it's a lot of words to essentially just say we're here to rescue a scientist who's been developing a scary weapon for the Russians. Yeah, I guess it's a sect of Russians. There are other Russians trying to get him and Americans trying to get him. So you've got a love triangle of political intrigue.
Yeah. It's more complicated than I remember it being, actually. Like he was rescued once and then traded as a pawn to stop the Cuban Missile Crisis, and Moscow just wants him to keep making stuff for them, but it's Volgan and the GRU who are trying to kidnap him. So it's like you get this Call of Duty 4 faction war within the Soviet Union. Yeah,
I feel like Kojima was really going out of his. Sorry, go ahead.
Is it Khrushchev's is the guy or the Russians that have him, or is Khrushchev? Yeah, and then the GRU are trying to get. Yeah,
it's the army. Khrushchev, the GRU and Volgan want to install Brezhnev, and basically this is their power play to do a coup.
Yeah. I feel like Kojima overdid it with some of this sort of Tom Clancy-ism that's happening, because I think he really wanted to be like, look how integrated into real world history my game is. Because they reference a lot of stuff, a lot. Like if you're into Cold War stuff, it's like there should be a citation every 2 lines on something, which is cool, especially at the time when I was a high school kid. I was like, oh my God, this feels so intense. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're here to do. We're here to sneak in. Nobody needs to know there's American involvement whatsoever. That's like a huge no-no, because again, we traded this guy. So we're coming back to steal something we traded. And the goal is to just get him and get the fuck out of Dodge as quickly as possible. But you will realize that is not as easy as it sounds.
I
We are introduced to the support staff here. So Lily, I don't know if you want to talk through some of these characters.
I will talk through the characters. I did want to mention, like, one of the things I say is like everything is pure on site. You cannot leave any trace of yourself behind. Nothing. They cannot know we're here. And right when Snake lands, he pulls the chest box that says United States Army off, rips off, and just chucks it behind him and leaves it there. So much for that from the beginning. That was the first thing I noticed. Like, brother, you gotta take that with you.
Oh, he knew this place was going to be nuked. It's fine.
Yeah. Spoilers, Kaye. Come on.
Spoilers for something we're going to talk about in an hour.
Keep it on the down low.
No, so we're the backpack is also open, by the way. Like the parachute pack, I noticed, instead of just being like a block like it is in the PS2 game, it's actually open from where the parachute actually came out, and it's like flapping in the wind. I thought it was really cool.
So you are introduced to your support staff here. So you've got Major Tom, who is the commanding officer of the mission. He is the one who is who's kind of told you what your goals are. He's up on the aircraft carrier that you jumped out of. He's also up there with Paramedic, who is your support staff. She is kind of there to monitor Snake, his health, his vitals, his mental state as he's kind of doing the mission. She's also who you call if you'd like to save the game. And then you are also being joined by the boss, who is on a submarine in the Arctic.
Weird.
And so providing support from there. But the boss is Snake's mentor.
I think you mean mother, lover, sister, wife.
That we will learn that is such, and throughout the course of the game, we will learn that is an extremely complicated relationship. But for now, we know the boss as Snake's mentor. So trained him in the art of CQC, which is close quarters combat. That's the hand-to-hand you're going to be using in the game. And we find out that the boss just kind of disappeared one day to go on a top secret mission, and that affects Snake to this day. He was not happy about it.
We try to sneak that car
horn. Is that censoring something?
No, it's just. Yeah, this is the thing he does.
To see it making crack, Lily, but it always
it works almost every time. But yeah, she just up and disappeared one day, and he was not happy about it, and he's just questioning her. He's like, I needed you to teach me everything, and I still had more I wanted to learn from you. And
how do I put my pants on in the morning? Goddamn it!
I need to brush my teeth and tie my shoes.
I can't open my snack pack, mommy.
I need my juice box. But they have a kind of like a back and forth about like ideology and like the mission and like
some weird shit to be talking about on a line with like 15 other people listening. Or
she's soliloquizes, basically saying exactly what she intends to do. Like she's talking about loyalty to a person or a mission. That's malleable. It can change. Politics, who knows, whatever.
Yeah,
It's like it makes her saying, I don't know. People betray each other all the time for like no reason.
It's kind of funny. Like I was thinking about it from as somebody like who's maybe never played it before. It's just like this is really pointed and like, but like the shock of what happens later is just like shit. Okay, she was trying to brace him for some shit. But yeah, like because like there's like the whole thing is like Snake's like it's like well I respect the president and the chain of command and my orders. And she just
you
like
sweet summer child.
Presidents change, so do orders. It's about politics. Mm-hmm. And then so I think you have a conversation with Paramedic after this point about like needing something from your backpack, and Snake's just like actually. And then you have to go and get your backpack.
Mission number one. Notably, the boss is voiced by Lori Allen, so every single time I
Mhm.
hear her speak, I think of Mr. Krabs' daughter from SpongeBob SquarePants.
I
So
didn't realize
if
that was the same person.
yeah, it's
Yep.
very strange. It's like every time, anytime, like I don't know. Whenever I was younger, I'd be like, "What the hell is that?"
Because
Um,
now when you hear Pearl from SpongeBob, you will immediately hear the boss, and vice
yeah,
versa.
she does nothing different to her voice.
Oh, I love that shit.
Kay, speaking of which, did you? I'm assuming you saw the news that they finally revealed who Eva's voice actor was after all these years.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Oh man,
it's
can
fucking
I?
Ariel, the
Can,
Little Mermaid.
yeah, Jodie Benson.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There were a couple of things. Like for a while, they didn't know who sang the theme song either.
Oh,
Right?
interesting. I
yeah,
think
Yeah.
I
so.
think
That
so.
sounds right.
That was a much shorter mystery. Literally, we just learned this last year that she's
Wow.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like it's been a closely guarded secret. Like Alessio's talked to Chris Zimmerman Salter, who's like the casting director for the
Oh, she
series, and
100%, even off the record, would not share with
yeah,
me like who that was.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird. I found that out. Like, yeah, whenever I saw the headline or whatever, I was like, "What?
Yeah. And
Seriously? This
I think she
happened?"
talked about how like at the time she was like concerned that like it was such like a gritty kind of like adult story, and she played kind of like this specific kind of character, so she was worried about like the association with that, but then also she's a Disney princess, and so it's like that crossover. But now it's been
Yeah.
20 years,
Right.
and she's just like
It's 2025. You can do whatever the
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, there's also I really just want to quickly lay out that the name of this section of the game is the Virtuous mission.
Yes.
Operation
Virtual
Snake
mission.
Eater. Yeah. Yes, Snake does pull one of those. If you've played MGS2, it's the whole nerds thing. I don't know why these
Bees?
3 Japanese men write this into these fucking scripts. But yeah, so Operation Snake Eater technically has not commenced. We're like in the Witcher 3 tutorial region kind of
Yeah.
part of the game.
And we have to find the backpack. We're in the Jamuchij swampland is where we kind of start the no, that's the first part of the truth. What do you it's
Yeah, this is the Dramuchij South is
South.
this little
That's right.
section. Yeah.
Yes.
And everything's like, again, I did like a side by side, 1-to-1. It is identical. Like the logs are laid out the same. I'm using, I don't know about you guys, I'm using the new control scheme.
Yes.
Yeah, so took me a minute to like learn it. I am going to be honest, the D-pad being the quick select weapons and items thing, I still have not, that has not sank in yet. That is like very irritating to me. I don't like anything where I have to use thumbsticks to navigate menus. Like I want quick precision. And
I just I love that it's like I need speed, and it's just like, brother, it pauses the game. Just calm down. Let's go slower.
No, that's fair, but it's like you're going to be opening it like 400 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I think the thing that fucked with me more than that was the codec.
oh,
I
right.
thought it was very weird. Like there's no like codec screen anymore, as far as I'm aware. Like there's no button to just like open a big codec screen. Like you have like the shortcut, and then from there you can
It's like
dial
the
in a
dial.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no
Yeah.
like codec screen. Because like that was my when I was a kid playing Metal Gear, like my refuge was the codec screen and calling every single number possible just to like, talk to people, because I was afraid of the next thing. And so it's just like it's weird not to like it's weird that that's just gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It is kind of interesting. So like the camo system is also mapped to like a quick bar now.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, I think if you hold down on the D,
down,
up on the one of the
it's
two.
either up
one
or
of them
down.
is
It's up is camo, down is
codec,
something else.
right? I think
Down is
Yeah.
codec, yeah, and then
Yeah.
left is items, right is weapons.
Weapons, yeah. But if you hold up, you pull up a little camo selector while you're running around, and when you choose one, it does this cool splash screen that's in the pattern of the camo, and it takes like a second, and then you're just in it without a pause menu being required.
That addresses one of my major like criticisms of Metal Gear Solid 3, which is you have to go into the menu so much in the original one for to just I'm not in the grass now, I'm up against a building, I've got to change all my clothes, put on some face paint, that's a good change because you're already going in there to heal,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I think because like you can go into like you still have to go into menu for the cure and you still have to go into menu for like food, but I think that
Yes.
makes more sense because it's very contextual. Whereas like camo, you're swapping pretty often, so
Yeah.
having that one on a quick button is pretty helpful.
And you can't so like for instance, I think we all bought the deluxe version, unfortunately, to get the game early and like give
Yeah.
Konami money for being dickheads. But whatever. Anyway, that aside, when you pull up that quick menu, it doesn't show like the DLC camos. It also doesn't allow you to pick like whatever face you want to match. It almost has like these little preset, hey, here's Brick with black face paint. Here's Brick with this, and then here's Splinter with the matching camo to go with it. Like it kind of optimizes and gives you like the best sort of, and it shows you like the plus and minus right next to it as well.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty neat. Like I said, I really like the little splash screen. It's cool. Very
really nice. It's very
Peace Walker.
stylish.
Yeah, it's like very Peace Walker coded is what it feels like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. We learned that you can press triangle. Kaye, I was telling Lily. So in the modern controls, you just press triangle when you're approaching a ledge, and you just go up and over. I was like playing the original. I was like, oh, well, that's not in this. I could never get around those trees.
There's no mantling. Yeah.
And then I realized that if you press your back against the tree and you press triangle, there is mantling in the original game.
Oh, huh.
It blew my mind.
Nuts. Never.
Yeah, you just have to like press and then hit triangle.
That is one of the weird things. I feel this more about Metal Gear Solid 2, but like it's definitely true of 3 as well. Like controlling Snake is almost like controlling a plane in an air in a flight simulator. Almost like we joked about this in our Metal Gear Solid 2 episode years and years ago. But it, like, you know, just Metal Gear Solid 2 is the game where for anybody who wants to accidentally lie down, just oops, I'm couchant. Yeah.
I noticed that even in Delta, like when I'm like prone and I'm like in grass trying to hide, like maneuvering Snake is still that same like dance.
That I fucking like. Yeah, that
they didn't fix that at all.
going into first person actually fixes that, and in the new camera angle, it like that actually is better because it puts less grass in your face somehow. Yeah.
I've noticed that, and I've also noticed the third person over the shoulder aiming. You have like a weird blind spot that's sort of like kind of left center that is just covered by Snake's body. And I noticed that switching to first person to aim and shoot was actually like way more effective most of the time. So I'm probably only going to save the over the shoulder for like kind of quick, like I got to get the fuck out of here stuff. As we mentioned, there's drop off on the tranquilizer gun. I don't know if every gun has little minor adjustments. We're not that kind of Metal Gear fan podcast where we're going to talk about every weapon. I do know there's no drop off on the shotgun because I was testing the time paradox and Ocelot ate all of it. So
cool.
I got real close to him. So.
Oh my god.
For anybody who doesn't know, there's at a part later in the game you have an opportunity to kill a character that is in every Metal Gear game, and you get a very special game over screen. That's very fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Which we will talk about when we get to it. There's also, again, we talked about this a little bit ago, but there's also the crouch walking, which is beautiful. And then if you hold down L1 while you're moving, you'll walk quietly.
You walk like the Grinch.
I think that was discovered had in the original game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I discovered the hard way, and I don't know why I decided to do this because there's no reason for me to even think that this would be a thing. But I tried doing that while I have the gun pulled. Don't work.
What happens?
You just move the same speed, and I thought, you can't like sneak and have the gun drawn at the same time. So I was in this next area while like when they first introduced the soldiers, the very first soldier you run across, I snuck up behind him to do like the freeze thing, and he did turn around and be like, "Hey!" and I did get an alert. So I reloaded my save. I didn't want it.
That wasn't your fault.
No. The game, they should let you do it. Damn it.
I put the game on hard because somebody had told me that like playing on normal with all the quality of life stuff like kind of trivializes the game, like it doesn't feel as difficult. I'm gonna be real with you guys. The sight lines on the guards on hard is fucking outrageous. Like
Yeah.
when I first walked into that swampland, I'm not even kidding. I like just approached that tree and immediately the guy was like, "What's that?" and started, and I'm like, "Dude, what? You're like half a
Brother,
fucking zone
nothing.
away." Yeah,
Go
yeah.
away. Go away.
But
Yeah, but though, so you get to this tree, it's literally just you have to like go, and they teach you how to kind of like teach you how to prone, go under a log. They teach you how to climb with the action button, which is X, and they did record lines for the new controls.
got it.
Cool. I know that for sure. But they teach you is like when you see vines on a tree, you can climb the tree. So you climb the tree and you kind of shimmy over. You kind of like walk over and you hang down, grab your backpack, and you have all your stuff. And it's time to kind of like get your equipment. You get a little. Listen, everything is procure on site, but they did give you a little trank pistol with a suppressor that does have durability on it. So be careful. And yeah, you're off to the races. Now you go to the swamp.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a lot
so it's
of
interesting because the way that it broke down whenever I was like writing the zones out, the way it breaks it down is the swampland is where the guys are, not
Mhm.
where the alligator and the actual fucking swamp is. That is still
I think like is the whole
Dremuch
thing.
south.
Is it really?
No,
That
yeah, it's
feels
still part of
weird.
that little tutorial zone.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed so in the original they did not do this, and this might be entirely anecdotal, but I found so so I drowned and died in the mud. Just
Okay.
FYI, because I was
Same.
stupid as fuck. But I noticed if you walk along the lily pads that are in the mud, you don't die. So I think in the
Huh.
remake they like intentionally kind of show you your
Try and
safe
lead you.
routes. So it might
Yeah.
not be 100% true, but like I did walk along a lot of the lily pads and did not have any issue. So
That screen like is full of like it's just chock full of ways for you to die without realizing that you're dying
Yeah.
because like those crocodiles that are
there's
there,
so many of them.
there's so many of them,
And they blend in.
they blend in like crazy, and they're slow, they're almost in like a torpor, and it's like kind of hard to I'm not a crocodologist, but like, you know, like they just, it feels like they're ignoring you, and you can just walk past them, but then they just kind of like turn and snap and then like roll you
Mhm.
over.
Or
Yeah.
whip you with their tail if you're
Yes.
not careful. Because so when you walk into that area, I saw all of them in the swamp, and I did not realize there's one off to the right side
Oh yeah.
behind you. So I just like I walked that way, and I got fucking whipped and knocked over. I was like, oh shit. They
My
also do
dumbass
not if
shot
you
one with a trank gun to see if I could eat it, and it just
Yeah,
falls
it's not-
asleep. And then if you try to touch it, it like wakes up faster, and I'm like, oh no,
Immediately.
oh no,
You,
oh no.
you can't catch, you can't catch it. Your
Yeah,
cages
you
aren't big
gotta
enough.
you gotta kill it. And it gives you like three meats. Pretty tasty though. According to Snake.
There's also this is the first time we see a beehive, but we won't use one necessarily until Snake does his really fucking creepy like sociopath smile in the next in two zones from now. But yeah, they did the good thing. All the cutscenes are actually 30 FPS, which is the same as the original game, which is a little closer to the golden 2398 for cinema. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the HD collection, it's all 60 FPS for the cutscenes.
Oh God,
It looks like a
No.
porno. Like it's like a weird
Yeah.
soap opera,
Well,
super goofy.
There are some scenes in this game that might benefit from that if you
Is it so that's the HD collection. What about the master collection? Is that locked at 60? Because I hate that.
I'm not positive. I do believe that the master collection uses the HD versions as like
Okay.
a base. So, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I own it. I have not played it, unfortunately.
Right.
But yeah,
It's
so from
actually
here we
three is
ended this
actually
episode.
three is actually the only game in the master collection that I've played. I remember nothing about the changes. So
Nice. Yeah, so from here, as Lily was mentioning, once we leave Croc fuck off island or whatever, I just need to be honest with you guys. So I have like a weird, it's not a weird thing. I feel like most of the fucking world has this. Snakes. I don't do snakes. I don't like them. If I see them in real life, like all of my body respawns.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even in
Indiana Jones.
even in this game, if I'm just walking and I see a fucking snake like show up, like I'm literally like, I have to shoot this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it has to go away. It's creeping
It's
me
my
out.
reflex. Yeah.
Even like he doesn't like the in Elden Ring, the snake guys that their necks get really long. He doesn't like them, hates them. I think they're
Huh.
goofy and fun. He doesn't like them at all.
The snake-headed people in Bloodborne occupy my nightmares.
Oh yeah, the big balls of python.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
legit had to like grit my teeth through that. I don't know what it is. It's just like the movements are
That's-
like I'm just
yeah,
waiting
no.
for like the bite. You know what I mean? I'm like, when are you gonna
Yeah.
freak out and just bite me? And snake
It's
can be bad.
time to join the Seven Kings family.
Together. Yeah.
We will defy the very gods.
But no, that's ancestral shit. That's like
Yeah.
that's older than your cerebral cortex.
That's fair.
Snake. No,
I'll
Yeah,
say
that's
mine is spiders for very similar reasons, and I feel like I have more to fear in Souls games than Alessio does. So just a little Dark Souls tangent. Elden Ring was like the first From Software game that I ever like beat to the
Okay.
point where I've platinumed it twice because I love it so much. And this year, I played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 on Steam, and I've gotten all the achievements for them because I fell in love with
Cool.
those games. I modded my very first video game, which was Dark Souls 2, and I modded it so that all of Freya's spider enemies are skeletons because I cannot do it. Freya's fine because Freya is like goofy enough that it doesn't trigger my response, but all of the little ads and all the little things in the approach are.
Yeah, no, the spiders in Seldora, like that is a special kind of creepy. I'm not bothered by spiders really, but like that particular kind of shiny, like almost like waxy looking one, that
it's
almost like a giant crab. Yeah,
it's
gets
the
me.
head crab from Ravenholm. It's like the black head crab that like I don't know if anybody's played Half-Life 2, the like big black head crab thing that doesn't die as quickly. I have like if it hits you once, you go to fucking
No
like
time
1
for it.
HP. Like, that thing that is also baked into my DNA to like be averse to. Yeah. So anyway, snake fears aside. Also, just apologies for any of the $10 patrons who are watching the video. I am stupid and did not turn any fans on in my room. So if you you think I look like Papa John sweating over here and talking about retribution, I apologize. I am not Father John.
Better
John is my dad's
ingredients. better podcast.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the time that Big Boss? Do you guys remember the time that Naked Snake actually accidentally called Sigint the N-word, and then he was like sweating in the press conference? And
That's what the warning is for. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yep.
Historical context.
But it was weird because he said Sigint, my N-word, and that was really not of the time. So it was very weird that Hideo Kojima decided to put that in there. It's very strange.
Yeah, really crossing a bunch of lines.
Yeah. Oh, so quickly while we're talking about racial slurs,
the N-word.
No, I'm kidding. While I'm talking about Sigint,
keep talking.
Paramedic, when you call to save for the first time, I believe it's always the same. She talks about Godzilla. So this is where the new line is. She mentions the 2024 Godzilla film. -0, I think is what
-1
or -1.
Yeah.
Okay,
which phenomenal film, by the way. But she talks about how
like
like
an updated reference.
Yeah, she's like the 70th anniversary of Godzilla is going to be in 2024, and Snake's like, you think they'll still be making Godzilla movies by then? And she goes, oh, absolutely. And of course 2024 is when -1 came out in the 70th anniversary. So it's like,
I think in the original game she said 2004 is what it was, so it was like a reference to a Godzilla film that came out that year.
That is very cute. I like that.
I did not notice the line whatsoever. Like that's how organic it sounds. It sounds
super
legit.
I didn't even realize it was one of those like, oh, okay, wait a second type of moment.
Nice. Well, cool. So now we're moving on to our first encounter with soldiers. And at this rate, it will be 35 hours to cover a 12-hour game. So this is the very first time you're going to encounter people. One thing we did not mention is if you hold R1 during certain parts of cutscenes where there's like a little indicator at the top right, you can see through Snake's eyes. You can see what Snake sees. And in this case, I think you have to hold it down to see through his binoculars. It might be just baked into the cutscene. I can't recall.
Yeah,
I think the
I don't think it ever.
binoculars might be baked, and I know that like you can do it while you're halo jumping, and you can see out
Yeah.
of his mask.
You can do it while he's binocularing the Shagahad later in this section
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
But
I think it's contextual.
Also, you can look at nudie posters in that little jet at the beginning of Snake Eater. Unfortunately, that's why I thought you were like, I played until Operation Snake Eater, and I'm like, you fucking pervert. But anyway, maybe that's what the disclaimer was for 60s horniness. But anywho, so yeah, you see guys, he says, oh, they've got grenades and AK-47s. He mentions
not
the grenade.
5.56ers and pineapples this time.
I don't think I've ever seen them throw the grenades particularly, but I don't know. I also haven't gotten into like a firefight in this part of the game all that.
No,
I threw a grenade.
No, I know, but did they throw grenades at you?
No.
Tell us about it.
You get through this first section. There's like 3 guys in the area.
Way fucking more will show up, by the way. I shot a dude's radio.
Yes.
And then I put him to sleep, and within seconds, it was like 6 dudes came in looking. I don't know if it's because it was hard mode, but Jesus Christ, I was not ready for that.
Did you shoot the radio before he called for help?
Yeah, he like had it out, and I was trying to get him in the head and hit the radio, and I was like, oh fuck, and I put him down, laid flat, and was just like, waited out, Alessio, and all these came.
Have you noticed that like when you shoot guys, sometimes when you like I'm trying not to kill anybody. I'm doing a non-lethal run. When you shoot them with the tranq, I'm assuming with other guns, but when you shoot them with the tranq specifically, like a film reel like leaps out of them. Like, have you noticed that at all?
I got a tooltip about that. So those are for the secret theater. So if you hold them up, you can get secret theater cutscenes. But if you knock them down, quote, the film reel is fragile and will break. Huh. So I guess they're like the dog tag replacements. But I don't know if it's the same secret theater stuff that came with Subsistence. Kaye, since you didn't play Subsistence, there was a separate disc that had like weird short film weirdo cutscene things. One was called Metal Gear Sigint, and it was the events of MGS3 but with Sigint as the main character. There's like a weirdo
with Raiden
Christmas
where he's like
thing.
He's like trying to go back in time, and he keeps on creating time paradoxes and stuff. He keeps on fucking up the events of 3. It's very weird.
Yeah, so I don't know if I don't know if it's those specifically, but those were like the original kind of goofy secret cutscene guys. Yeah, which they omitted, I think, in the HD versions of the re-release, I think, because it was technically a second disc.
Right.
So it's back in Delta. But yeah, so
anyway, you go through this first area. There's like 3 guys in this first area. Relatively simple. They're kind of easing you into it. So for me, I had that moment where I tried to sneak up on that first one, and he did see me because I wasn't sneaking like I thought I was, and reloaded my save because that's your mulligan. You get to the next section, and it's a bigger area, and there's more guys, and I thought that I got all the guys asleep, and what I wound up doing was I'm trying to get as many of the animals, because there's like a fucking food guide that you have to, if you like get stuff, you fill up the food guide and stuff.
It's a Pokedex.
It's basically a Pokedex of things you eat. And I'm trying to get everything, and I knew that there was some like birds in a bush across from where I was. And I was like, I'm tired of shooting this grass and not getting anybody because this drop off is killing me and it's hard to see them. So I thought I got all the guys asleep, and I threw a grenade at the patch of grass to get the birds dead. And as soon as that explosion went off, alert. I was like, oh shit. So I was like rolling around that area for a while. And then I forgot that the alert carries over screen to screen. So I was like, okay, I'll just get around. And I went to the next screen, and it was still going. I was like, fuck. So it was a fun rediscovery.
Yeah. Kay, what was your experience in this first combat zone?
They give you so much tall grass to get around, and like there's something about the new third person camera where like it's easier to conceive of the trees as like line of sight blockers, you
Mm,
know? So like I think I got spotted once, but that was just because like the enemy was like you know, blending in as well as they were. Yeah, I think I got spotted, but then I ran to the next screen, and it was you know, I just hid. There was nobody following me. So
nice. Yeah, I think the one thing that I do appreciate is whenever you are spotted, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell this embarrassing story now. Later, when we're at the little brick area, I found out in hard,
Rasvet.
yeah, I found out in hard mode that sleeping people wake up pretty quickly. And so I put everyone to sleep, but then one would wake up and then wake up another one, and it would be a chain reaction of dudes waking up, and then I'm putting them to sleep
oh,
in reverse order. And so
it's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge.
so every single time one of them would spot me and not cause a caution, but it would be like a question mark kind of a deal.
Huh?
But it gives you like a radial, like, oh, hey, the guy saw you from this direction. And I was like,
That's nice.
oh, and then I just fucking shoot him, go to sleep. And then I would hear, hey, what's going on from like across. And I'm like, God damn it, you keep waking me up. So I'm starting to
like Benny
regret
Hill.
the hard mode thing just because it's irritating more than anything. But
Yeah. This was like I got jump scared during that alert phase because I thought I was good when I was going to the next screen, and then like the guy was like right there, and I was like, oh fuck, and I dropped down really quick. He didn't see me. I got jump scared in the brick area in Rasvet because like I was rounding a corner and he was like coming the other direction. I was like, fuck, and I had to like duck back around. So and then I obviously got jump scared by the crocodile. Lots of like sudden appearances of things that I don't want to see me happening in this video game.
your poor
fun.
heart.
Yeah, it's going. It's fucking going.
Do either of you do either of you fuck with the doodads that you get? The gadgets?
Yeah, sometimes.
The sonar is good for finding like animals, so it'll show you like where living things are. I think it also will show you kind of like a general vicinity of where like the Gakkos and the Kerotons are.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Well, we got to stick to it. They're Karopis.
Yeah, they are. To us, they're Karopis.
I refuse to call them Keroton. They're little Karopis.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like if you've never played this before, there's collectibles that you have to shoot in this game. There's like a little duck called Gakko, and you shoot him, and he goes gaga gaga. And then there is a little green frog named. His government name is Keroton, but we call him here on Metal Gear Mondays Karopi. And you shoot him, and he goes waka, 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 and they make these noises.
Do the masks kind of like hiding. Do anything? You like the deluxe edition? You get masks.
I haven't put one on yet.
I put the Karopi one on, and I was hoping it would like make a sound if I was near one, but the 2 times I found a statue, it just didn't do anything. So, anywho,
do you know if they alert the guards when you shoot them, like they're making their noise, and do the guards like
I think they do. In the original, when I shot one, there was a guy left, and he did question mark, but I don't know if it was for that or because he saw me from across the way. But yeah. Kate, the question you asked about the doodads, did you ask because you've used the doodads?
I use the motion sensor.
Nice.
Just because that gets around the line of sight kind of problem, the lack of the overhead, just giving you a relative like, hey, there's a dude over here behind this. That's generally enough situational awareness before you get the thermal goggles.
yeah. And they use battery as well in this game.
Yes.
So you can't rely on old habits of having a fucking sniper rifle pistol and having unlimited tech foolery. Fun way to restore the battery at a later point in the game. You can get mushrooms that are glow caps, and they will replenish the battery, which I find to be pretty funny. Is there some sort of interface between Snake and the technology? Does he like plug it into his body so when he eats it, it like replenishes?
Hey, Alessio.
Yeah.
Come here.
What's up?
Lean over me. It's nanomachines.
Oh, okay. Got it.
At this
That
point,
makes
it'd be parasites, though. It's parasites.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we'll draw connections when they come up. The end legitimately does have a connection to Quiet in Metal Gear
Yes.
Solid 5.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff. Yeah, I think at this point we're in bridge territory, so we get the creepy, like snake face when he sees the hornet's nest above that poor man's head.
Ooh, immediately did that. Love that.
Yeah,
I
I
love hearing
immediately did that. Did you do it,
God.
Kay?
Yeah, it's right there. Like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
gonna
Why
not.
wouldn't
I'm gonna
you?
not drop hornets. Yeah.
I thought it just cleared the dude, but it like clears the entire
No.
fucking zone.
He like runs and he brings the hornets with him off screen, and he's the people that are coming on screen from the other side of the map will clear out too, because they're being chased by hornets now as well. And it's
Yeah.
just like, I wish that I could do like a free camera to like watch them the entire time, or like watch the hornets like get the other ones as they're running over it, and that would be very fun.
I like Kojima and this creative team have a well-deserved reputation for their goofy bullshit
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just their narrative extravagances. But like the thing that I associate them the most with, especially in this era, is those like just unexpected, well, we might as well just simulate it kind of moments, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I live for that stuff.
Yeah, it's like
when
the
it
ice
pops
cubes,
up in these.
the ice cubes
Yep.
on the tanker mission
Yeah.
of MGS2 melting in real time.
Yeah.
Insanity. Yeah, Death Stranding 2 is filled to the brim with that stuff. So okay, I think you're gonna have a field day.
Have a great time.
Yeah, so I will say this in the original, and I think it's because I skipped the hornet's nest and got it after the fact, but you can take a knife and cut the supports on the bridge. It doesn't drop the bridge, but it fucks with the bridge physics. At least it did in the original game,
Okay.
making it easier for you to fall off or for people to fall off. So if you cut some of the supports and then you sneak your way back and you shoot the hornet's nest, you can, in theory, have everyone get blown off the bridge, and it's
Yay.
very funny.
Does that fuck with the cutscene?
I don't think I think it resets for the cutscene.
Okay.
But yeah, it just makes it real easy for like people and things to just slide off.
And you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you. Did you guys have any issues with the climbing in this game, like finding the edge detection?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me like either go up or drop when I expected that I should have been able to. Yeah, so like this is supposed to be real tense. Like if you're doing it, you know, not the Hornet way, but like, you know, you're crossing a bridge, you're out in the open and they're patrolling up and down. There's no way to avoid them. You know, it wants you to dangle off the side and kind of learn about the, you know, grip strength. And you know how that plays with stamina and everything. Yeah, I just like, so I'm, you know, just getting across because I just wanted to try it. And then you get to that little alcove underneath the far edge of the bridge. I'm like, okay, I'll drop down. And I just have to get in the position, try, and I press the button, and then just
You have to grab again, I think.
Yeah, I
forgot
about the
it
second
wasn't
press.
like a direct. Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, I'm not going to fuck with that, and like pulled myself up and went around.
There's guns down there I'm never going to use, but I want to get them.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, if you see like
you
a gun
can
case
also like
floating.
Yeah, you can also like, if you get to this, you can also like just walk around, because there's like a little like slope that goes down from the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was going under the bridge to grab that gun, and as I was coming back up, all the Hornet men were coming back, and we had a real like Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man moment, and it was I had to put a lot of men to sleep.
it is definitely one of those things where you have to be careful, because if you are not careful, like if you don't get there, you don't get to the other side in time, they will come back, and it's trouble, because there's like 3 of them walking in while you're trying to walk out, and it's very irksome.
But yeah, we're coming up on the sort of last unique area to the Virtuous mission. If it's weird, right? So there are these load screens between them just because they were kind of there for the original. I do believe if they didn't have that, it would kind of break the game. Like you could probably snipe shit from a zone that you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
It would probably have been very Twin Snakes. Oops, we broke the entire game kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But if you've ever played a Monster Hunter pre world. That is kind of how this operates. It's like these little wilderness shaped rooms that are connected. But yeah, so we enter this like bombed out abandoned factory. I keep affectionately referring to it as the brick area because it is where your brick camo is like the most useful, I guess.
Yeah.
On
It's
hard mode,
also
at least.
where okay.
No, go for it.
It's also where Sokolov is, who's the
Yep.
scientist that we are sent to rescue. So you have to get through the area to get to his building on the other side and complete your mission.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of dudes.
And a lot of ways to approach this too.
Yes.
And get in, multiple, kind of like sides of the path you can approach to get up to for your approach. And then like lots of ways into the building. Like you can get up and shimmy across like the beam that goes across the ruins and stuff.
There's like a crawl space underneath it that you can go into. Like there's all kinds of, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Per the Hornet thing, there is some tomfoolery to be had. You can push some barrels and they will roll down and knock dudes out. That's pretty fun. Trying to think if there's anything else silly. This is where I found the shotgun. I think it was under the staircase, I believe.
Okay.
And I was misremembering. I think so. You do come back to this area, and there is some face paint under in the crawl spaces. I believe it's the night. It's like the all black face paint. Either that or the skull one. It's one of the two of them. Yeah. But I was spending way too much time checking every single corner of this area, and there's not a lot to be found. And yeah, you can't proceed. There's like a big ass gate that's kind of blocking you off. So this is like the cul-de-sac at the end of the Virtuous mission. How long originally did it take you guys to find Sokolov's little hidey hole?
Like in the original game?
Yeah, like the first time you played.
Fuck, I don't even remember. I'm sure a long time.
I can't remember.
Yeah, especially with like the overhead camera, it's like hard to tell that there's a door there. And I just remember like spending way too much time trying to be like, where am I supposed to go?
At least in this, they give you a certain, like, you only have, like, you don't have to walk up to the door and hit the use button or like see that it's, interactable. Like you just, like when you just are near enough to it, the cutscene starts. I can't remember this giving me a lot of trouble back then, but yeah.
I was 12.
Yeah.
I used the codec screen because I was scared of the next section as my comfort blanket. So I probably didn't. It probably took me a long time, if I had to guess.
Yeah, they do recontextualize this zone in like a fun way when you're back. So just keep it in mind. It's a fun one. It was in a lot of the press stuff back in the day when this was coming out. But yeah, so we find this little kind of the only doored off existing section of this factory. And this guy Sokolov is frantically burning papers.
Well, he's like casually just like looking like wistfully at the papers and then throwing them in. He doesn't get frantic until Snake announces himself.
Right.
That's true. I can't recall, is Sokolov supposed to be on like the lineage with the Emmerich family, or was it just Grannon's Metal Gear data that ended up with the Emmerich folks?
Oh, that's
I can't
actually
recall.
a good question. I don't know.
Because I know Strangelove from Peace Walker is like allegedly isn't he Otacon's mom allegedly, right? Didn't Huey
allegedly
hook up with her?
Yeah,
that's what it is. So that part I do know. And then there's the whole fucking weird stepmom incest swimming pool weird shit in OGS2.
Fucking Huey.
According to the wiki, he is not related to Otacon.
Got it. Okay.
He's just like the Otacon stand-in because he pisses his pants at one point. And
that's true. Yeah, I forgot
all
about
the other stuff. But I think it was that the data got in the hands of the Emmerich.
Got it. Yeah, because you can later in the game you can in first person see some paperwork sitting on a desk in a laboratory that just has Metal Gear Rex drawn on it, which makes no sense in the canon of this series. So anyway, but yeah, Snake announces himself. Sokolov freaks out. He says, "No, I'm with the CIA." This is the point at which I was reminded that Fox was an offshoot of the CIA. And essentially Sokolov explains to him what he's been doing, why he's been held. Snake relays a message from Major Tom that he was told to give earlier, which is what was it?
Sorry,
I'm
it
sorry to
took me
keep.
I'm
so long.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says that Sokolov clearly is like touched by that, and he was like, "Oh, nice." And so they go together.
He was like, Snake goes, "What does it mean?" And Sokolov says it means he's a man of his word.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is, for all the hokiness, there is some like fun dialogue in here. It's like a James Bond film, right? It's like
Yeah,
90% of
100%.
it is cheesecake, but 10% of it is
There,
pretty good.
there's a reason why we watched From Russia with Love for this podcast.
Yeah,
No?
100%.
Something like a line that I kind of forgot was in this, but I really appreciate. Like at a certain point, Sokolov, who kind of speaks in like a vaguely like English kind of accent, he says, "Oh, your Russian's impeccable." To Snake, and
Mhm.
they've just been speaking English the whole time. I feel like if this was made today, there would be subtitles. It would just
Right,
it'd
right.
be like that. But like just acknowledging the artifice, like yeah, they would be speaking Russian here. Snake learned it from Boss, but like just to say like yeah, no, for the audience, we're just gonna put it in the language that they expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool, like creative shorthand for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at this point, I got really nervous because I was like, shit, is there an escort mission I forgot about? This is about to suck. But thankfully, we're just in like cutscene city, kind of.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of like some exploring you can do. You can kill a young man named Ocelot if you want to in the in between. But there's like a vestibule between two of the big cutscenes.
Yeah. Can I talk about really quick? 'Cause we're going to get into Ocelot and his self-esteem team here in just a second. I need to just really express how much more pronounced the ridiculousness of Ocelot going with these really crisp, like incredible, impeccable graphics,
Like fully articulated hands.
Yeah.
It makes it so much more ridiculous, and I laughed probably much harder watching it happen.
It's actually a nice way to ease you into the like the otherworldliness of
Mhm.
this, because like
Mhm.
if you just got to the bridge to the bridge scene,
Yeah.
and then like the full on GI Joe villain crew shows up, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
well, that came out of nowhere. At the
Yeah.
very least, also the Ocelot Corps or whatever like gives you like just a little bit of like a tiptoe in.
Yeah, like here's the
that's fair.
here's the campiness and the weirdness. It's like
Yeah.
low stakes to get you into the high stakes to like buy into the rest of it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Where do you guys stand on Ocelot's face model? I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad. I think it's just so different. Somebody did like a side by side with MGS4 Ocelot and Delta Ocelot, and they are identical. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Like it literally looks like that character model aged in real time. Like there is no, they didn't even like super Photoshop it. It was like it just looks seamless. So I get why they did it, but like just having in my brain the way that he was, I'm like, he's too pointy. Like he's so
Yes.
fucking pointy.
He's very pointy.
Yeah.
Pointy chin, pointy nose, intense cheekbones. He's just an arrowhead of a man. Like,
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Also, that was a major spoiler that you gave his name.
oh,
Yeah,
apologies.
you can bleep
I'll
that
censor
out.
that
You
as
gotta
well.
bleep that out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck. Oops.
Yeah. But very pointy man. I don't think he looks bad. He does. It's very spooky how much he looks like MGS4 Ocelot. But my question is, and it's the question that should be on everybody's lips, quite frankly, is what about Troy Baker?
Uncle Ocelot.
Uncle Ocelot. That's the thing, is when Troy Baker is not on screen, everybody needs to be asking, where's Troy Baker?
Right.
And I need to know how this Ocelot measures up to Troy Baker Ocelot.
Need to get that side by side comparison.
Yeah. I feel like Troy Baker Ocelot just kind of looks like Troy Baker, to be honest. But
because Troy Baker is like he's more mousy.
that's true. We
His
did
face is
pick
narrower.
we did a whole side tangent about how Higgs and Death Stranding 2 just looks like a mouse man.
Yeah.
So just be prepared for a very rescuer, or not rescuers, a very Chippendale Rescue Rangers looking Troy Baker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that before or after he takes off his anonymous mask to show his Joker, his Joker?
I think it's
makeup?
Joker face onward.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
Yeah. By the way, impeccable performance by him in that game.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, legit.
one of the
I'm
one
kind of
of the best
annoyed by
parts of
Troy
Death Stranding
Baker,
too.
but he fucking chews this. He is a standout in that game.
Yeah,
He was having fun even in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's just like pronounced here. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about the self-esteem team. Well, so I guess before we got to set the scene. So Snake comes out with Sokolov. Snake is trying his damnedest to be like super secret spy, badass. Sokolov
Mhm.
is walking behind him, very Austin Powers coded, with this like weird, like trying to do hand gestures and like doing like a fake looking around and whatever. Just
And he
being
like turns around and
hornball.
realizes Snake's still moving. He goes, "Ah!" And he just like runs to catch up to it.
Yeah. And then after all of this secrecy or whatever, you're in the middle of the abandoned factory, and then every fucking guard and their mother comes
Yeah.
out and aims AKs at you.
There is a portion, and the first time there's like an indicator that like there are people there. You're walking, and then you see like one of them like dart back into a corner,
Mhm.
and it's like very like quick, like blink and you miss it, but it's there. It then cuts to an angle where you can see that corner, and there's nobody there. And I'm just like, that was a choice. All right.
It's like, where were these guards when Snake
Yeah.
casually walked into the building? But yeah, so they've set up an ambush. Sokolov freaks out. Snake has his like rookie moment of the chapter, I suppose.
They also like they shoot whatever Russian guards are there too.
Well, so
yeah.
the ones that ambush Snake are the Khrushchev Russian guards that you've been dealing with the whole time.
Yeah, they're the
All
ones
right.
that are
And
going
then-
to be shot.
Yes, and then Ocelot shows up
Okay.
In his
Twirling
little-
that tiny
Yeah.
little yeah.
in his little fancy lad fucking colonel costume.
He got
doing
a
his-
spear at Halloween down down the road.
Grew Colonel at Spirit Halloween, yeah. But yeah, so he walks up and they're just like, oh, he's with the Ocelot unit. He's one of their soldiers, and he goes, soldier, and he starts like doing his like weird stuff, and they're like, he's Ocelot. He's like, you're damn right, I'm Ocelot, basically. And then he starts like shooting.
Like, he just like
these-
unceremoniously starts like, and even Snake's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, aren't
Yeah,
you
and
guys on
he's
the
like,
same side?
Sokolov, get down. They like dive to the ground, and
He's doing like Wild West show trick shot stuff.
Yeah,
Like at
he's
one
like
point
this.
he like blind bank shots off of a beam and like nicks a guy on the ricochet.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty wild. And not
Um,
only that, but like even later when there's a dude that's clearly still alive, like struggling, he just like point blank
Caps him,
blasts. Like, I was like, whoa, dude, like that's
yeah.
wild. But yes,
So that happens, and he starts like talking to Snake, and he assumes that he's like, oh, you're the boss. So he's like what he wants to meet the boss.
he's doing like
reason.
the fucking Ryu World Warrior, like, I just
Yeah.
traveled the world to fight people who might kill me. You know what I mean? Like
The-
that bullshit.
yeah.
The most boring motivation in the entire world.
Yeah. The shonen. I need to be
Yeah.
beaten by a more powerful man.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's got to be some like somebody's like weird S&M fetish, like
Probably.
Oh, 100%.
David and
Yeah.
Goliath fetish.
Fuck.
Oh no! Now we're veering into some
What have
weird
you
territory.
done? All right, we gotta have a conversation. The podcast is now about weird fetishes.
Okay.
Alessia, what are some of yours?
100-foot tall Amelie in Death Stranding stepping on me.
And that's a shoot. That's a shoot right there.
Actually, one of my other ones is men
Oh,
dressed
God.
in Spirit Halloween Gru
Yep.
Colonel outfits, doing their hands like this and going.
Because he
See-
does this to summon the self-esteem team.
After he's killed everybody, it's like they come in. It's
Yeah.
like, well, why the fuck did I get dressed?
Yeah.
Well, they're
I
all
can't
wearing like
remember-
balclavas and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's hot. We're in the forest. Why are you making your dudes sweat their asses off?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what. Oh, I remember now. So he summons the self-esteem team, and then Snake gets in CQC stance,
Mhm.
and Ocelot's just like, "What is that stance?" And he kind of like looks over, and the other guys are just like,
It's probably like the most fucking Yakuza sort of like Fist of the North Star like moment, I think.
So everybody's negging his stance, and then he fucking disassembles them.
Yeah, it's actually very
just
satisfying. This is a cool cutscene.
meticulously. And Sokolov gets scared, and when they start fighting, he runs away.
Yeah.
And they're just like, Commander, the guy, and he's just like, let him go. Let's deal with him. And then Snake is just using CQC and just dismantling these dudes.
Yeah. I think Ocelot says
yeah.
if you're not the boss, then you can die. And then that's
Yeah.
what sets off Snake to go into fucking Matrix mode.
Yeah. Because he realized that he wasn't the boss. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do think, if I remember correctly, I think all this is mocapped. So like I know that the gun twirling is legitimate motion capture data from what is his name? It's like Matsuda something, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, while that is Googling in the background, there's an actual dude who does all these gun tricks, and you can even see a video of him like in costume doing all the gun tricks, and it's very impressive. He's like an old Japanese man.
Nice.
He's also credited as being like the armorer for like every like MGS 1, 2, and 3, I think. So
Okay.
he's like their gun accuracy
like
expert.
Consults on it to see that it's
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure the CQC in this, I'm sure some of it is like handmade animation, at least back in the day, but I know that like the CQC sort of dude on dude moments are mocapped to a certain degree.
Yeah. But yeah, he just takes these dudes down, and like he walks back up to Ocelot, who's like half conscious at this point. And there's a point where the reason why Snake was able to kind of get like an upper hand on him was that Ocelot tried to do this move where he like would eject a bullet from the gun.
It jammed.
And so that surprised him, and that's how he got the upper hand on him. And Snake is like, I see what you tried to do there, but it was a mistake to try a technique that you only have heard about for the first time in battle. And then he goes, you're good with a gun, but I noticed that you cock your elbow out to absorb the recoil. That's a move better suited to a revolver.
Yeah.
And then when he's flirting too, he has changed the course of history with that one line.
Hey, Chuck, that new sound you've been looking for? God, just watching that scene again, and just like how fucking dorky it is. Like just great moments in neurotypicalness. Like Snake giving this little pointer, his critiques.
We made this. We were making this joke, and again, I'll clarify for the audience if they didn't listen to the Death Stranding coverage. I myself am autistic. So while we were playing Death Stranding, I was just like, Sam Porter Bridges is autistic as hell, man. Lest we forget, the original Snake
was Kojima's caveman mode.
Yeah, Kojima's favorite autistic lad before Sam Porter Bridges was Snake.
Yeah,
in all of his forms, no matter which Snake.
It's very endearing.
Yeah, I do think, and I don't know, hopefully I'm not painting with like a super broad brush and sounding like a jackass, but like I do think there's got to be some sort of cultural thing where it's like, not only did he beat him physically, he beat him with knowledge. I think there is like just, I mean, in the same way that like Japanese websites are hyper fucking text heavy, where ours are just all pretty pictures. I think there is like a value that might not translate ish. But yeah, that military advisor, his name is Motosada Mori, is the guy's name.
Like
it's also
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Can't go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
This is
no, just
something I
like,
can talk about later.
but like him, just him taking taking him apart, like his technique has like big shades of like 8 Mile. Like, okay, well, here's all the things you could have made fun of me in this
Oh
scene.
yeah.
Yeah, just like no, here,
Mhm.
I'm so good that I can speak through you like that. This is the way
Yeah.
I'll condescend to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's definitely like a big dick energy moment that I think, which is funny because it's Snake's first mission. So I kind of feel like this is his first time getting to like stunt on somebody, and he's just
Yeah.
really eating it up.
Yeah. Because that's the thing that's like we talked about this is like it's very clear that he is green because how did these like Russian soldiers sneak up on you when you snuck through them to get through to this guy? But
Also, they're
obviously
like
he's been
genome
trained,
soldiers. These guys are like half fucking brain dead for the
right.
most
yeah,
part.
Um but also he was trained by the boss, so he's got these advanced combat moves. He knows how to like be situationally aware, and it's not like he's some like rookie. He was a Green Beret. He was a
yeah,
Green Beret during the time he was away from the boss. So it's not like he is a nobody. But it's just like it's interesting, like looking at like all of the stuff, especially the next big scene,
Mhm.
and like how he kind of like deer in the headlights with it. Like that is something a rookie does.
Right.
And it's just, but like he's clearly got experience, but he's not used to applying it in this way yet. So it's like it's very
yeah.
interesting to kind of like
Yeah.
see all
It's
of
his
it come
first.
together.
It's his first solo mission more than
Mhm.
anything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real like superhero origin story kind of moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, once everybody's been knocked out and they all get the shit beat out of them and Snake defeats them with his massive brain, um the sort of dust settles. Sokolov has run off to the bridge area, which is Dolinovadno, and that one's fun to say. And you're kind of left alone with all these guys who have like the little dizzy thing going above their head. I don't know if they wake up if you stand there long enough. I don't think I've ever stood there. I probably
Oh,
should have
yeah.
just to check it out. But the 3 stars floating over people's heads means they're knocked out. They're not sleeping. Each star will slowly fall off to where there's none, and then the guys will
Mhm.
wake back up. Usually, I don't know if this is a special circumstance where they do not wake back up. But you can walk around and just kill everybody with either the machine gun you found under the bridge or the shotgun you found in this area. As a young man experimenting with the engine, it was like, oh wow, if you shoot them in the kneecap, their leg twitches. That's weird. Like, it was this weird like anatomy a
Like-
la Soldier of Fortune
Yeah,
lesson.
you're just like taking apart virtual flies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like the kid with the magnifying glass and the ants in
Yeah.
the sun.
Yeah, straight
Except
up.
with people, we gotta have a talk.
Yeah, what is happening? I do remember in MGS2, I was like, if I trank a guy enough times, will he just die?
Can
and
you
so,
OD him?
Yeah, so there was like a dude on the tanker who unfortunately was just Pinhead from fucking Hellraiser.
Oh, you turned him into the pirate captain from Venture Brothers. You got him hooked on tranks. It's like being
That's
sucked off
true.
by an angel.
That's true. I fucking forgot to plug Orb. If you're a huge Venture Brothers fan, Duckfeed has a Venture Brothers podcast that I actually put on and enjoyed for the first time about a year ago.
Nice.
Venture Brothers owns.
That's great.
Yeah, so we get back to the bridge, and this is our introduction to Kojima's X-Men, circa 1964. They even almost have fucking classic X-Men outfits. Like don't their like bandoliers make a literal X on their bodies?
I think at least the Fears does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're meeting Xavier's gifted boys.
I don't know how, but I forgot the fear sounded like that.
Yeah.
What a voice, man.
Sounds like Cobra Commander.
He sounds like a cartoon rat.
I was once a man. Cobra, which is, hey, that's true, actually. Well,
Yeah, it really does sound like Cobra Commander.
Cobra, la, 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 la.
Are you quoting the G.I. Joe the movie Cobra Commander moment?
Yeah.
You just unlocked a memory. I used to watch the fuck out of that movie. Is that the movie that opens with Cobra destroying the Statue of Liberty? There's like a big battle on the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But yes, this is the Yo Joe moment for the episode. And Snake gets his ass clapped, you guys.
So the first thing you have to like really kind of like come to grips with is Snake's walking along this bridge, Sokolow's behind them, and it's very foggy. There's a lot of mist, and from the mist comes a figure carrying these two boxes, and it's like, oh, it's the boss, and Snake's like, boss, and then she drops the boxes one by one on the bridge, and the bridge like goes like topsy turvy.
Can you imagine
And
she drops
then
the first one and then everyone just falls off the bridge?
yeah,
Time paradox.
Which, given this, time paradox. Given this, the status of this bridge is what probably should have happened. But again, you suspend your disbelief. After a certain point, a bunch of hornets come flying in, and then they kidnap Sokolov. And they take him to a
bees.
helicopter they kidnap Sokolov. These bees kidnap Sokolov and take him to a helicopter.
I forgot about the stealth helicopter. I literally wrote in my notebook, I forgot about the prototype, dead silent, secret helicopter.
Yep.
How do you not hear it? Like, so for anybody who's not playing, when the bees kidnap Sokolov, which is just insane to say in the first place, but when the bees kidnap this man, they just go straight up, and there's been a helicopter just hovering over
the entire time.
The entire time.
The bees kind of carry him up, and then a weird frog man, kind of like Spider-Man's down and grabs him and then pulls him up onto the helicopter.
He does say a thing. I don't think he says it yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
And Snake is very confused. I want to know who's flying this helicopter, because the end and we don't know their names yet, but
the end's not on the helicopter, is he?
The end is in there. Like you get like it super breaks the style. He does the eye bulge thing.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So the end is there, and then he's like sitting next to the Fury, who has his helmet off. And he's just wearing the face mask, but you just
Fury's also very like Venture Brothers coded. It's almost like, what if this dude was trapped and just kept burning everything? Like,
he thought he was in space and he had to blow a flamethrower about it. So all of this shit is happening. Snake is very confused.
On the helicopter at this moment, or do we see her?
Not. She's on Vulcans later.
Yes, quote unquote Tatiana, who is named Tatiana for like all of an hour.
Sokolov's woman.
That was a weird.
Yeah. But yeah, Snake's really confused, and then the boss is just like, "Look, I'm defecting," and the subtext was, "I fucking warned you, you idiot."
Yeah.
Did you listen to anything I said on the radio, bud?
Yeah.
And she said, "These are gifts for my new Russian friends," and it's a portable nuke launcher.
Actual thing, the Davy Crockett. Yeah,
the Davy Crockett. Yeah.
Is that why Vulcan says, "Remember the Alamo"? Is it just a reference to the Davy Crockett?
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Vulcan, the Colonel Vulcan we've been hearing about walks up. And he's got
really
like
cool in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah,
I like his
very good
face
scars. Yeah. No, because it starts raining blood.
Oh, that's right.
And Ghost Man shows up.
It's Ghost Dad. It's like the official Ghost Dad. Spoilers for later.
You got to bleep that out too.
Do I?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I was sad he didn't do his little, because she's like, he's crying, or is he crying, is what she says when she goes, "It's raining blood. Is he crying?" I expected him to do his little blood tear with the glasses shatter, but he didn't. He just kind of looked on.
Yeah. I don't think that happened in the scene in the original. I think it's later. I don't.
Well, that's what is in Delta. I can't recall in the OG.
Yeah, I can't.
Probably should have paid attention when I played that cutscene, but I was like, I get the gist. I'm gonna skip this and be done.
Yeah, it's the sorrow. Okay, yeah.
And that's
we'll find out. Right? We'll find out later that they have like these. All of the bosses, like guys, have these like code names based on emotions. And as the Vulcan walks up and the rain clears, and he's like Kuwabara, which is his favorite thing to say.
There is a new thing in Delta, by the way. When the sorrow goes up into the helicopter,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
the,
I
like
don't think it's as pronounced, but in Delta there's like this crazy intense like paranormal
smoke cloud
smoke
thing.
monster lost thing that
Yeah,
goes up into the helicopter. And in the original, I think the shot just like pans up. Like there's
yeah,
not a thing. So
yeah. But yeah, Volgan comes up and he's like doing the Kuwabara thing with the lightning and everything. And Volgan's like, "Are we taking him with us?" And Boss is like, "No, he's just a child. He hasn't found an emotion to bring into battle yet." Um, and then he picks up the stuff and he's like, "He's seen my face, so he has to die." And then he pulls these bullets out of his pocket and he like holds them like Wolverine claws, and he's like ready to fucking kill Snake. And the boss is like, "No, he's my ward. Let me deal with him." And Snake tries to CQC the boss a little bit and
yeah, you
fails
fucked up
miserably,
kid.
gets his fucking arm rocked in the other direction in the way that
Yeah.
it's not supposed to bend.
She
And then
takes
he
his gun
gets,
apart in like the blink of a fucking eye. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
and then throws him off the bridge. And he like reaches out and he grabs her bandana and pulls it down with him. And he falls into the water. And then Volgan looks down. He's just like, "So can we go?"
Are we done
And
Yeah.
here?
Like, Volgan, have
and
you
he
seen
picks
any
up.
fucking spy movie in the history of the world? Like, shoot into the water or something,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Like she even says something like just wash far away or something like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
she wanted to do this so he wouldn't die. Like she
Yeah.
knew that he was gonna live when he fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not a spoiler to
Yeah.
say her original code name, is it?
I don't know. Actually.
So her
I can't even-
emotion that she carries into battle, she's the
Oh.
joy. That is her Cobra unit name. I think it's like if you keep scrolling to the right during codec conversations, you can get like a whole blood type, nationality,
Little
blah, blah, blah,
dossier
blah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, so I think it's in that, but if not, it's in the very cool instruction manual that they scanned into Delta in the special
Yeah.
features.
So
So,
neat.
yeah. I miss
Um,
those.
But yeah, they get up on the helicopter. Snake like washes up. I don't know if he washes up on the beach yet, but it's all kind of happening simultaneously, where Snake washes up on an isolated beach somewhere down the river.
He gets stranded
Volgan
on the beach.
death
Sorry.
stranded on the beach. He gets death stranded too on the beach.
Yeah.
And it cuts to Volgan is now on his own helicopter with Ocelot and Sokolov's woman.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together that that's a separate helicopter.
Yeah, it's a different helicopter.
Got it.
The first one has a B-man on it.
Yeah,
I don't want to be on the helicopter of the B-man. Are you kidding me?
Is the boss with the X-Men or is she on Volgan's helicopter?
The boss is with the X-Men.
Okay, so there's like the cool kids table, and then they're at mom and dad table.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's got this. They're like, "Who is this?" Or Ocelot's, "What do we do with her?" And he's like, "Who is she?" Volgan's like, "Who is she?" And Ocelot's like, she's Sokolov's woman, and she's just like scooting away from him. And
well, and then doesn't Volgan say some like kind of racy shit about like, "Ooh, good catch" or some shit?
Yeah, he's kind of a creepazoid.
He's the bad guy. I think it's okay for him to be a creep a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not okay for him to be a creep.
I was gonna say.
It's characterizing him as a creep for the audience.
Yes. As the cartoonish Russian villain.
Yeah.
That is
narratively, it is acceptable for him to say creepy shit, I guess. Is what I meant to say.
Come meet me in my room.
Oh,
But yeah, so he is like going for her, and she like reaches behind her and like she's like goes grabbing something. He goes, "Not so fast," and he grabs her wrist and pulls it out, and she has like this like lipstick case, and he like opens it up and he goes, "Kiss of death." And Ocelot's like, "Are you a spy?" And Volgan's like, "We may have use for her. We'll hang on to her." And then he goes, "Well, it's time to test our new toy from our friend the American. We don't need Sokolov's facility anymore."
Oh, they
And
picked
so
up
he
Shagohod, so we've seen
Yeah.
the Shagohod at this
yes,
point. So
yes,
we've
yes,
seen the
yes.
Metal Gear for the game, essentially.
Yeah. And
Okay.
like remarked on why this is important. Like you don't have to fire a
Yeah.
nuke from this silo. Like you could do it from anywhere. Like it is so funny to think about this huge saga, and it is just about what if you could fire a nuke from a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically,
And
that's
then
what
these
they all
days,
boil
it's
down
like,
to.
whatever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you see it like on the side of a cliff, like testing like weapons, and it's remarkable because it can fire a nuke from anywhere basically, and it doesn't need support units with it. It can just do it by it. It can just be by itself and do it. So
But it
it's just
doesn't
like
have 2 legs yet, so it's not a Metal Gear.
yet.
It's a Shago. It's a little slug dragging body creature
Let's
thing.
let's be honest though. It's a Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when you press R1, you can like Sokolov shows you it's like up on the cliff testing weapons, so you can like use your binoculars and press R1 to like look at it. And yeah, so there are 4 helicopters carrying it. They have collected at this point. They're kind of like going down the river. And then Volgan is like, okay, we don't need the research facility anymore. Let's test this Davy Crockett out. And Ocelot's like, no, there's so many Russians there, our countrymen. And he's like, he doesn't like killing Russians. He did it before, but it was a necessity at the time. And he
Yeah, those
lamented
guys
that
were
he
dead.
had to.
It was for the mission. This is
Yes.
Volgan just being a monster.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of like shoves him off and he fires it, blows up the facility, and then you cut to Snake. And I think, does the scene where he sees the boss happen before the mushroom cloud, or is this after?
What do you mean when he sees the boss?
When he does like he reaches out and they do like the hand sign to each other. when the
Oh, they
helicopters,
do
like, run
that
by.
while he's falling
like
from the bridge.
Yeah. No. There's a scene when he's like on the island and he's like against the tree.
Right, and they see. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
They like lock eyes with each
That's
other.
before, I think, because she leaves with the helicopter before the nuke
Gotcha.
goes off.
Yeah.
Also, Vulcan's a hell of a fucking shot. Good lord. Like watching it in
Yeah.
like higher fidelity, I was like, that what? It's like a perfect shot. And he just eyeballed it and let her rip.
Yeah.
But-
During this whole thing, when the convoy of helicopters pass by Snake on this little beach where he washed up on, he like the boss is looking out of the helicopter and they like see each other and they do like this hand sign to each other. He like reaches up to her and she like does like a hand sign out to him. Then the helicopter keeps going, and then he fires the nuke, and then Snake sees the mushroom cloud from the distance. It like sends a fucking wave at him,
Mhm.
and it's like
Yeah.
it's like Jesus, yeah, that's crazy.
He's getting a sunburn. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for
a little
sure,
bit.
yeah.
A little bit, getting a little crispy out there in
Nice little
Dolino
chemical
Vaudeville.
peel.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised that the
Some people-
helicopter stayed in the air. Like that should have just fucked everything up, but
Yeah.
sure. Rule of cool in full effect.
Rule of cool. And then you are introduced to the cure menu. So paramedic gives you a call and kind of walks you through how to like fix your wounds and splint your broken bones and like everything like that. So you have to like disinfect your wounds and sew them up and put a bandage on them, styptic and everything like that. Splint your broken bones, put a bandage around it and all that stuff. So you kind of learn how to do that. And then you will continue to do that throughout the game as you get injured.
I remember being very disenchanted when I found out the order in which you did it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the way that I always did it and the way that I do it to this day was disinfect, suture, styptic, bandage.
Yes.
But it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like
So,
do whatever
yeah.
you want.
I treated it like it was trauma center.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like the sort of unique ones, like using the cigar to burn leeches and stuff like that.
Mm.
Mhm.
Kay, did you see that in this? I haven't noticed it yet because I haven't gotten into a firefight, but allegedly in this game, Snake's body keeps the count, and so throughout the game, his damage stays.
He gets dino damage?
Yeah, he gets dino damage. It stays
damage.
permanent.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I think I remember back in the day that they were going to do that for the original game, but I don't know I don't think
Yeah.
it was there.
I could see them having that intention, but also if it was like perfectly represented, like 98% of his body gets burned in the fight with the
Yeah.
Fury.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
You know?
toasted, lightly.
Yeah, so they're
toasted.
trying to do like a Batman at the end of Arkham Asylum thing. Right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good point. Never thought of it
Yeah.
like that.
And I like the other ones too. Is like if you get like a bullet, you could like dig it out with a knife and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's very.
I
Like,
remember being irritated. So
Rambo.
they did show you in the original game occasionally there'd be like a little tiny box that like showed the action happening. It
Mhm.
would happen very rarely, but you would see like a little glimpse. I remember
Yeah.
as a kid being like, why don't I get to see Snake like fucking do the thing? Like,
Mhm.
show me the thing.
It's weird that this is a menu. It is so simulated, but also it's just a menu.
Yeah. It feels like they were going to do something more with it and
Yeah.
just didn't. But
Yeah.
for the kids at home who are playing this for the first time, if you go into the menu and you go into the viewer and you have control of the model, if you spin Snake really fast over and over and then you unpause it, he just voms everywhere.
Yeah. Still a thing you can do, because that was the one thing that I did. I was like, can you still spin and vomit in this? And
I think it's
and
meant
very
to, if you
blue.
poison yourself, you can do that to relieve the poison.
I love it.
I think that's
God,
what
that
it's
Sim
supposed
stuff.
to be for.
But sometimes you just want to have fun with Snake and make him yarts, you know?
100%.
So.
Yeah, so at this point, essentially, they say, yo, Snake, sorry about that. This is going to be a whole fucked up thing, but let's regroup and we'll talk about it later, yada, yada, yada. And it kind of shorthands that he gets away. Like he gets the little weather Fulton balloon or whatever.
They send a recovery balloon to get him.
Yeah, so which is also experimental technology that never got used, quote unquote. But yeah, and then we get this title sequence, which, Kay, I've been meaning to ask you about the new theme recording, because I know you've got an ear for audio. To me and to my ear, this mix and like re-record sounds like emptier than the original. Like it feels like there are just frequency bands that are missing or something.
I was playing this from my PC, streamed out by Steam Link to my living room kind of setup. So the big screen and the surround sound. I thought it sounded really good. In fact, it was like I was like, oh, I don't remember it going this hard. Right. Like, you know, there's the specifically with the kind of belting during the chorus or whatever. So I didn't feel like anything was, was missing. I also didn't know they were like re-record. Did they re-record it from scratch?
It's like there's I think Konami posted a video of like the actual recording process or whatever.
Cool.
But they brought everybody back in. And I also want to state, by the way, so we did get a lot of I don't want to harp on this because we did bring it up a couple episodes ago. We did get some messages from people that were like, I can't believe you're buying a Konami product and you're talking about blah, blah, blah. Kojima's not involved. Konami are pieces of shit, blah, blah, blah. All of that aside, which we've already kind of discussed, is kind of old news, feels a little immature, blah, blah, blah. I just want to notify everyone that a lot of people who worked on Delta almost explicitly used to work either with Kojima Productions pre-disbanding or worked at Kojima Productions and then came to work on this. So there's a lot of like reverence that's happening, and these are like a lot of the same fucking people. So like I don't want to hear anybody.
They're also like very, very, very like upfront, like original created by Hideo Kojima. Like they're very much like plastering his name on this and making sure people know it's like this is a Hideo Kojima game. And it is it's very reverent. Like I said, they haven't changed much. The things that they have changed as far as like the little dialogue touches are really cute and nice. But yeah, for the most part, it's like they wanted to make this game kind of in monument. And I think it shows quite a bit.
I want to cut out the part of every person's brain that holds to auteur theory, because like, yeah, Konami did Kojima wrong. Konami for several years has been a really bad company,
right?
A bad steward of their properties, let's say. Right.
I mean, the gambling shit's not cool, but yeah.
No, I mean, so they just very specifically saying like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make slot machines. We're just gonna make the world a worse place. Terrible. But like to say like, okay, just that just ignores the presence of all these other people who worked on it and
100%.
who and who returned from it. And also, you're a Metal Gear podcast. What the fuck? What else are you going to do?
Right. That was the other point we made.
Yeah.
It's like,
like, unfortunately, you should listen to the show so you don't have to buy the game. How about that?
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
well, that was the other thing about it too, is that like, even like now, like when you look at credits for like Death Stranding has two other writers. Like he's not the only like he's not he is very creative, he's very smart, and he's a very good game director and game creator, but he is not a monolith, nor are any of the other like gaming auteurs that you know and love. They all have
Right.
teams that help them achieve the goals that
Right.
they work on. And so that's like Kaye said, to attribute this only to Kojima and is kind of like ignoring that in a lot of ways. So
Yeah. I also think like we did a whole season on what inspired Kojima, and it's like there are even more people if we want to include everyone who worked on Escape from New York as contributing to this thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean it's like literally thousands and thousands of people
Yeah.
have contributed to the thing that you like. So
Yeah.
also, I guess it may have been Kyle Cooper's company that did this. I can't remember their name. Kyle Cooper did all the title sequences for like every Metal Gear, for the most part.
It looks really good.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. I don't know if it was in house at Konami or who redid it, but this is like very, very good looking. For anybody who has not seen it or is not playing the game or whatever, just imagine like old school James Bond, or even to go back to another reference that we made, Venture Brothers style, kind of like 70s sexy graphics and title sequence credits, moody lounge singing, woman singing.
Just like the individual components and colors of the camouflage patterns, like almost having like a parallax as they, do the fades in between. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's super cool, and it looks very clean at 1440p or whatever the fidelity mode is at. It looks really good. But yeah, that's where we are stopping our coverage for this episode. It does prompt you to save as soon as the title sequence is over, so we're not going to go into kind of what happens next. That'll be for the next part, which we will be joined by James again. Kaye, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll be curious. We had a listener. This is so crazy. We had a listener put together a database that is all the transcripts of the entire show that you can search.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm going to be curious to see like the transcript of that episode to this.
I'm going to be looking specifically for Halo to see.
Yeah. I want to see. Yeah, no, I'm kind of curious about that. Again, like I forget what I say. I don't remember shit that I said a week ago.
Yeah,
so.
No, I feel that. Yeah. If we feel it, you most definitely must feel it. But yeah, I 1,000,000%. I mean, I know we're kind of joking about it, but it's like Gary, your co-host on most of the flagship shows, is not the biggest Kojima fan, which like I'm going to go on record to say that Gary's not wrong about all of his things that he says. I just think it's a tolerance.
It's a taste and tolerance thing. He's got his fill. He knows what Kojima's tricks are and knows that like nobody is going to get anything out of him.
Right.
Saddling up and saying the same stuff that people know he feels about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like his exact when I reached out to him, I can't remember when. It may have been for like MGS4 or something, because it was peak.
Oh no!
Yeah, because it was peak bad, insane Metal Gear, and I was like, I need a hater on the show, like Gary, please. And I think Gary was like, no.
You're not going to get him to touch Metal Gear Solid 4 with a. I had to struggle to get him to agree to do Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, if at any point you, long story short, if at any point you want to release the valve and talk Metal Gear, you're always welcome here. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you before we went on our like almost 4-year or 3-year hiatus. Thank you so much for submitting like a farewell message for our last episode. Just thank you for everything. Going back to the inspirations for Kojima, you have contributed to this show in more ways than you can think. So thank you.
I'll repeat what I said before. That's very flattering.
Nice. Closing thoughts, Kaye, since this is going to be sort of the last time that we hear from you. What
it's very ominous.
Agent 47's right outside your front door.
What do you know that I don't know?
Yeah. What are your, I guess, sort of just general thoughts on Delta, but like remakes, or like
Yeah.
if there had to be another Metal Gear remake, say this does, I have a feeling it's going to sell really, really well.
Yeah.
Say Konami decide, they've literally said we want this to be the beginning. So what would you like to see remade? Would you like to see a new game? What are your thoughts?
I would like to see them do something with Peace Walker. That's like the one that I have to like. I've never beaten Peace Walker or anything. I think they could probably benefit a lot from this treatment. Something about Delta. Delta's a really weird product. Like just thinking about it as like as like a SKU.
Mm,
I didn't expect it to be as like just as much of like a reskin as it is
Mm.
right.
actually. It's in this weird kind of like, in between space where you know there are the quality of life affordances, but like, keeping the small little rooms, like the fact that there's basically no like level geometry, kind of
Yeah.
like redesign or anything, makes it feel a little bit like the only thing that would justify it is if you really couldn't stand the way that Metal Gear Solid 3 looks. I don't think that anything needs to have a higher degree of fidelity than the PS2 Metal Gear Solid 3
Yeah,
has.
I agree.
Yeah, it has, But like
Yeah,
if
it's
it
not
gets
like we're
more
talking Final Fantasy VII OG to remake, because like I know like my sibling is 22,
uh-huh,
and they played through remake and loved it.
uh-huh.
And then they were like antsy for rebirth, and I was like, you should
Yeah.
just go play the original. And they were
Oh, and
like,
they couldn't hang.
ugh. Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
no, I looked at that. That looks like shit. And so it's like,
Old game,
but we're not dealing with that level of a gap, I don't think.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, it is strange when the master collection exists to also have this other thing that is, just like really, high fidelity, but
Mm.
you have to meet people where they are,
Mhm.
and the more that they decided to change, the more risks that they decided to take, I think I guess the riskier it is. Like we got super lucky that the Silent Hill 2 remake turned out
Yeah.
as well as
It's
it did,
so good.
Yeah.
I was very cynical going into that, and a friend of mine was
especially
like, "You gotta play it," and I did really enjoy it.
especially because Bloober Team. I mean, just like who would have
100%.
Yeah.
expected that of
Coming off
them? Like,
of what the medium was their last game. And I was
Yeah.
like,
yeah, oof, no,
Yeah.
no,
But I did. I mean, this is me showing my hand for our Silent Hill 2 remake coverage next October.
hmm
But I really enjoyed that game. It was a really
yeah,
good game.
yeah. We're covering it this October on Watch Out for Fireballs.
Nice. Yeah. The
So
little
it'll
additions that they added I thought were so fucking good. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I think it gets a little bit silly, like when you get to the labyrinth. I think that's just a little bit
yeah,
too
I
long.
agree.
But
Yeah, for
but
sure.
like you know, you, the lightning probably isn't going to strike twice like
Yeah.
that. And so if you're going to try to preserve this in any way, this makes sense. I just think it is weird if you have played the previous one, or if you played the any of the older versions to come to this one. I think that like it I don't know, it'll hit strange, I think, depending on
yeah.
how long it's been since you played the original, or how much of it you've internalized.
Right.
So I'm curious to continue to play more, just because it's been forever since I've messed around with it. So I want to see, like, I don't know, what does the how does the end boss fight work in this? Like, does the
Yeah.
Fury boss fight still
Mm.
look as rad? Right? There's stuff that I want to see getting the new treatment, but like especially this first part feels
Yeah.
very much like a reskin,
Yeah.
for all
Yeah, I
the
was very
good and
surprised there
all that
wasn't like a
entails.
I was surprised there wasn't like a hit a button to see
Yeah,
the original
like a
graphics
Yeah.
underneath kind of a thing.
do a Monkey Island kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting for sure. I think
I am.
it'll be an interesting season for us.
I want to second, because you mentioned Kay earlier, like talking about how like you would love to see them do something with Peace Walker. I think like if they were gonna remaster an existing game like this, or remake an existing game like this, I think like Peace Walker with these graphics and with like a modern gameplay style would hit so hard. But
yeah,
I think that, and it's been something that people have been asking for forever, and like thinking about like what if they did this, but like the best challenge for them, I think, to show that they could probably make a brand new Metal Gear would be to remake the original Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2.
Oh shit.
because
Yeah.
it's like, because again, like there's nothing to, it's such a bare bones story. Like they need to interpret stuff and like create their own story around it. They need to like basically build it from the ground up with the graphics and everything like that, and kind of like figure out how to adapt it into like a modern time. I
Well,
think
in
like if they could
MGS5, at the end of MGS5 leads almost like this is a thing that I said
Directly,
I think on our Phantom
directly into
Pain
it.
series. It's like I really truly feel that if Phantom Pain would have ended with just like a beautiful fucking full res shot of like Snake coming out of the water and getting the message, and then that be it, like
Yeah.
I would have been fine with never playing the series again. Like it would have been the
Yeah.
perfect send off.
We caught back up to ourselves.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that they didn't do that, I feel like, yeah, it's a perfect time for them to
Yeah.
segue. Like, here's the end of 5
Yeah.
directly into Metal Gear.
Yeah, and it's like the best challenge they could give themselves, right? Because if we're ostensibly getting MGS6 at some point, which at this point, like I feel like we're probably going to get MGS6. I feel like that's
I don't know
if
if
they're
I
trying to
want
tell. I don't know if I
MGS6.
want MGS6 either. I don't want MGS6 either, but I just, do you remember all of the things that I said about Death Stranding 2 and my predictions? I'm not going to spoil it for Kay, but all of my predictions about Death Stranding 2, and I said, I'm not saying that this is good. I'm just saying that it's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Metal Gear Solid 6. Where it's
Well,
like,
all your Death
I'm not
Stranding 2
saying,
predictions were real. Like, they all
I
hit.
know, and
So-
exactly. And so I'm basically, I think I may be willing MGS6 into existence right now, for better or for worse. But yeah, that's how I feel about MGS6, where it's like, I don't necessarily want it. I don't think I need it. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it's probably going to happen. So fucking brace yourself. And I think the best challenge they can give themselves for that would be to remake those old school MSX
yeah.
Metal Gear games.
Especially OG Metal Gear, because I think Metal Gear 2
It's just Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, it's a 2D
Yeah.
fucking remake of Metal Gear Solid, just with a weird hang gliding thing in the
Mhm.
middle of it.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I think the soundtrack for MG2 is like
Yeah.
one of the best like 8-bit, 16-bit soundtracks I've ever heard. Like it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with all that. I think one thing I did want to kind of dust off is like an old sort of fan request. If they make another Metal Gear, I want it to be the boss, and I want it to
that's
be
what I was going to
World
say.
War II.
World War II. Cobra
Can you
unit.
imagine
With the unit.
Act 1 of MGS4, but in fucking World War II? Would look amazing, especially with like high fidelity. So yes, they should give us that and a Metal Gear remake. We don't need to move forward in time.
No.
But
We don't need to be in
just-
Robo Raiden times.
yeah, for sure. I mean, unless Raiden's saving Sonny from Area 51, like I
Right.
don't give a shit.
Like they teased, yeah.
But
just remake the first one, call it Metal Gear Solid, and what it was, N313 or whatever the mission was called. Just call it that.
oh yeah,
Whatever.
our Operation Intrude, is that what it
Yeah,
was?
Intrude. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid Intrude doesn't sound quite as
Yeah,
like
it sounds weird. Metal
a
Gear
enticing.
Intrude. All right, well, cool. Yeah, Kay, if you get to the end of this game and you have burning feelings, you can always submit an email or recording or anything.
Cool.
If
Come
you
back
wake
on.
up in the middle of the night and you're like, God damn it, I need to scream about Metal Gear. But yes. Cool. Well, I guess let's do the ring around the rosy. Kay, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find everything we do at duckfeed.tv. It is too many podcasts, mostly about video games, but some other stuff too. Kind of our flagship show is Watch Out for Fireballs. It's kind of like a book club for games. And then we have a bunch of stuff, both free shows and stuff on our Patreon. Back Metal Gear Monday first before you come to us. I always feel bad going on somebody else's show. Dance with the one that brought you. But if you're curious about any of that, that's all available over there. And I stream. If you liked that Silent Hill talk, I stream most weekends. Twitch.tv/DuckFeedTV. I have I stream horror games, from every different.
Yeah, you
era.
just streamed Don't Look Outside recently, which is
Yes.
a great game.
Oh, that's so good. We had a chance to talk about it this fall. And I was like, it's a little bit untested. I don't know. And then I finished it. I'm like, this is so good. Oh well, later on. But yeah, you can watch that. That's like a Friday and Saturday nights most times
Nice.
over Twitch, twitch.tv/DuckFeedTV.
Nice. Yeah, I need
yeah.
to tune into those. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Gary used to stream Binding of Isaac at some point. I feel like
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
a few videos of him doing that. I
Mhm.
think that is like the only duck feed streaming I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, I know about all the shit you guys do, but I've never like
Uh-huh.
watched duck feed, like duck stream. Or any of
Yeah.
that stuff. But
Mhm.
everyone else should. You guys should go check it out. That shit, it sounds great
Yeah.
and is great
Yeah.
and contributes to great causes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Lily. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. And Kaye, can people find you like on? You have Blue Sky too, right?
Yes.
Do you? I don't know if you plug that or not. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh no. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky too much. You can find me there. KAYE.zone. Just do a search there, and you'll find me.
A cool server name.
Yeah.
I just got like the default bsky.social.
I hated saying it every time, and if I just say K-Zone, it
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, speaking of that, you can find me on Blue Sky. I'm lilianadawn.bsky.social. You can find me there. That is also the link, linktree.com/lilianadawn, where you can find links to my book. I mentioned last time that I finally got the covers and like the not dead name off of the books and onto the new versions, and I have a copy here, and it looks great. So you
Amazing.
can go to my link tree and find the links. It's on Amazon, which I know people don't like Amazon. You can also get it on Barnes and Noble, and then there's a bunch of e-reader sources if you'd like to get them from there. So please check those out.
Nice. I actually finally did a fucking thing, and I like nuked my YouTube channel and rebranded, and I'm slowly re-uploading a lot of stuff from over the years. If anybody had ever heard about my Devolver Digital published documentary series, that is being slowly re-uploaded because, Kaye, fun fact, that documentary series, I think, other than like Indie Game the movie, we were like hanging on by a thread. We were grandfathered in. Steam was okay with us continuing to exist after all video content was pulled.
Okay.
But then finally last year, Valve reached out and they were like, the grandfather period is over. And I'm like,
Oh, gee, that's a shame.
So anyway, we lost our Steam status, and then our Amazon licensing agreement for Prime lapsed, and I didn't want to pay to continue to host it. It's silly. But anyway, so you can now find me on YouTube. It's Alessio Made That is my like thing, my handle, youtube.com/ I think at Alessio Made That. Or you can go to alessiosummerfield.com, and there are links to YouTube and all that jazz. But I'm slowly uploading like essentially like a video every day or two. And so film festival, short films, documentary series, stuff like that. Just like I'm just kind of, the archive is finally happening. So yeah, then I'm going to move on to some other shit, and I will announce that as we go. So appreciate you guys. I think that's it. I'm trying to recall the best way. I really wish that I would have listened to the original episode to figure out how we got to the tagline at the end. It's just a box, so that we could like retcon it. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking think. Damn, we got to tiptoe our way to an it's just a box.
Should I do my like cat toy psychosis exit for Kaye, or should we just skip that one?
Kaye, where were you when you first heard the phrase "it's just a box" from Metal Gear Solid 1?
Oh, I mean, I was probably, I can't remember. I don't know. It was probably in my bedroom. I was going to make up something funny, but no, it's just
right on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Trying to figure out how to get to the end slogan from here. So we always close on "it's just a box," and so I'm trying to lopsidedly.
And it's always the most torturous.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's just like, wow, what a couple of professionals, and then we have to leave the podcast, and it's like, wow, these guys suck.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're not
how about
trapped in
this?
here with you. You're trapped in here with us. You're trapped inside the box. Does that
It's
count?
just a box.
Let's just roll with it. It's just a box.
Yeah.
Just a box.